Hey, Mom Can't Cook listener, we're about to start this week's podcast, but before we do, there are still a few tickets left available for our Halloween live show at the Prince Charles Cinema on the 29th of October.
That's right. We've sold about 90% of the tickets. There's about 10% of the tickets remain. They've almost gone, but if you do want to come, there are a few still available. As Luke says, it's the 29th of October, 8:45 p.m. kickoff. We are watching the Tower of Terror movie, the film adaptation of the theme park ride in which you get in an elevator and it drops you into the Twilight Zone.
It's got Kirsten Dunst in it, and it's got nothing to do with the Twilight Zone. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great evening.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So, yeah.
I'm trying to convince Luke to wear a bellhop costume. He is resistant, but I think we've got enough time to wear him down before the event, so come along and see that.
How many days we got? I'm just looking at the calendar. Yeah, it might be enough days to wear me down. Yeah, it might. It might. Maybe just the hat. Andy's making a face that says not just the hat.
Yeah, I mean, other clothes as well. You can't just wear a hat. That's not... Yeah. Pretty sure that's not covered by the...
by their insurance.
By the event's insurance. Go to tinyurl.com/MCC Tower of Terror to get your tickets before they sell out entirely or get transported to the Twilight Zone.
It has nothing to do with the Twilight Zone, Andy. I can't stress that enough. Don't set expectations that anything good will happen in this film.
A man thought that something had nothing to do with the Twilight Zone. Little did he know that it did.
Roll Phantom of the Megaplex.
I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X, blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook. Hello everyone and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a spooky decom podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Angry Scarant, and with me is Spook Westerwake.
Okay. When you started doing Simpsons Halloween Treehouse of Horror names, I was thrown into a blind panic because I hadn't thought of one.
Yeah, well I'm nice, so I thought of one for you.
Thank you, Andy.
Spook Westerwake.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Westerwake.
Mark Kermode is shaking his head. He's deleting the podcast. He's not going to listen past this point.
Kermode, come on.
It's because what spooky Halloween nickname can you make with Mark Kermode? You can't.
Mark Kermode.
Dark Kerbones.
Kermode. Yeah, Kerbones.
Exactly. He's jealous. And that's why he won't admit it.
Dark Kerbones.
Yeah, Dark Kerbones and Simon Gravo.
The reason that we're talking about scary stuff is because it is spooky season now. It's October.
That's right. It has been spooky season for a month, but whatever. That's fine.
Oh, okay, fine. Sorry. Yes, I forgot that Andy observes Halloween almost all of the year.
It's a quarterly thing. It's a quarter of the year.
We're talking about Phantom of the Megaplex today.
Yeah.
A nominally spooky film that is unbelievably mild on frights.
It's an adaptation of the French novel Le Fantôme de l'Opéra by Gaston Leroux.
I think the definitive adaptation, probably.
Yeah, I think probably the best known adaptation.
Yeah, Lloyd Webber wept when he saw Phantom of the Megaplex. He said, "This is what I meant to make."
Lon Chaney pulled his face off in real life, and that's why it looks like that in the film. When he heard about the Phantom of the Megaplex, even though that wouldn't be made for another 80 years. He was like, "There's no point in finishing this."
Yeah,
Universal Studios, but they insisted.
Let's not bother.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start with the promo, shall we?
Okay, fine.
Something's fishy at the Cotton Hills Megaplex.
We must find out who is causing this chaos and make it stop.
Is it Pete? Is it Karen? Is it a living person? At all?
Phantom of the Megaplex strikes again!
Friday, November 10th.
You need me to help you solve this.
Disney Channel asks, who done it?
Maybe you two guys have seen way too many movies.
Phantom of the Megaplex, a Disney Channel original movie.
I want him found.
Phantom of the Megaplex, opening Friday, November 10th at 7/6 Central. Only in Zoom weekends.
So is there anything you want to get off your chest about Phantom of the Megaplex before we begin?
Yes. This film is kind of a hard watch, I would say. because
of its quality.
the primary emotion it seeks to evoke is like stress.
Yes.
It's mostly like unbearable, uncomfortable, unpleasant stress is the sort of overriding theme of this film.
Yeah, definitely. If that's definitely a theme. Another theme is a sort of uncritical love of old Hollywood,
The movies,
the movies, which
of
we
the
can
silver screen, the
silver
magic
screen.
of cinema.
Yeah, which we can dig into.
Yeah,
I
which
think
is
there's
rich
a solid
coming
yeah.
from this film.
I know. There's a solid premise in this film, I think, about everything going wrong in a megaplex and the hunt to find the phantom.
The mysterious phantom.
Who's causing it. But it is buried under so much nonsense and it is not spooky enough at all.
And also, it doesn't make any sense. And also, there are too many films in this film.
Yeah. Yeah, it constantly references films, but I guess for legal reasons or something, can't actually name any films at all.
Well, it has to make up its own films. They've all got like ludicrously improbable names that no film would ever be called.
Yeah, and it gets more and more annoying the more they do it, and they do it a lot.
Yeah.
And as Andy says, no DCOM is famous for its plot. Every DCOM has plot holes, but this is the only one that like has a plot hole you could like drive a Buick through.
You could drive a Megaplex through.
You cannot miss it. Most plot holes is a kind of like you go on IMDb and it's like, if Neo did this, then how could Morpheus possibly have known? You know, that kind of thing. This is like everyone who watches this at every age and every time will say, hang on, how did X do X?
Yeah.
We will come to it in I want to get into great detail.
Yeah.
On the plot, the gaping wound that is the plot hole in this film.
Yeah. All right, so let's start. So we get it's narrated, obviously, because all DCOMs have to be narrated.
Yep.
By the protagonist, Pete Riley. He's 17. He works in a cinema. We see footage of the old Phantom of the Opera film. From the 1920s, because it's probably out of copyright at this point.
Yeah.
And this guy is talking about how history is usually boring, but this history is about a cinema, so it's interesting, actually.
Yep. Sometimes history can slam right into the present and totally blow your mind, Pete asserts.
We hear about the first ever movie theatre in the town in which they live. It opened in 1925, and Phantom of the Opera was the first film. But times changed, and the movie theatre exploded.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be being a controlled demolition.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But what they show is just a cinema.
The cinema exploded one
it's
day.
That old, it's the old film. It's got like nitrate in it and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Just go up like anything.
There was a rumour that an old faithful moviegoer got trapped inside when that theatre exploded. Some claim he survived. Yeah, right, says Pete. Anyway, a new theatre was built and it's rad. It has a Godzilla on the roof. Yeah, it's enormous.
It's called the Grand.
Yeah.
But the legend grew. Pete tells us every time something breaks in the Megaplex, they claim that it's the ghost.
Yeah, they blame it on the Phantom of the Megaplex. So this is Pete, as we say. He's 17. He works hard at the cinema. His mum says he works too hard, but she doesn't get it. He's the youngest assistant manager ever at this 26-screen Megaplex, and it's a serious responsibility.
Well, it's a mind-shattering amount of responsibility for a 17-year-old to hold, don't you think?
I mean, cinemas basically run themselves.
Do they? Hang on, you worked at a cinema, didn't you?
I did. I worked at a cinema when I was 17. So I have first-hand knowledge of the world of this film.
Oh my gosh.
I was not the assistant manager, but, it's fine. Okay, what I will say from my first-hand knowledge of working in a cinema is this film doesn't show enough of people sweeping up screens after films are finished. That was what I estimate to be about 70% of the job.
And there are some messy customers in this film.
Right. Saturday morning kids showings, carnage. Absolute carnage. We would have to rebuild the screen from the ground up after each screening of Shrek the Third.
Just fire a flamethrower through the doors.
Yeah, that was it. That was gone. Bring in all new upholstery, all new chairs, all new staff. These ones are all have been cannibalized.
Thaw out some new stuff.
Yeah, they're all in bags down in the basement.
When these little bastards see Shrek, they go nuts.
They fall upon you, gnashing teeth, and writhing with claws. And absolute disaster.
So, Pete has a mind-shattering amount of responsibility. We see him studiously cleaning. His mum doesn't get it. She probably thinks he should be in school.
We see the senior manager, a man called Sean McGibbon.
Yes.
We get a lower third on the screen in a sort of distracting font for some reason.
Implausibly named Sean McGibbon.
Now, Sean is freaking out for the following complicated reason.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. If you are listening to this podcast while you're doing anything else, you need to stop doing that.
Just pay attention to this bit.
Just pay attention. If you're driving, pull over. Because you need to brace yourself for an overwhelming number of characters and an overwhelming number of fake films, but mostly character. I cannot believe how many characters this film has.
It has so many characters and quite a complicated plot. So just engage cruise control, maybe steer with your knees if you can.
Yeah, and just give us your focus for a moment. I'm going to keep count of the new characters as they're introduced.
Right.
We've had Pete, he doesn't count, he's the protagonist.
Pete, Sean McGibbon, manager. Okay. The theatre owner, Wolfgang Niedermeyer, who is shown on the cover of Theatre Owners of America magazine, which can't be real. That cannot be real.
Hats off to the publishers of this periodical for managing to fill a magazine every month.
Well, for managing to land the Wolfgang Niedermeyer cover. I
know. Well,
huge story.
I mean, the magazine isn't even about theatre ownership. It's about owners.
Yeah. The Theatre Owners of America magazine.
I imagine this isn't Niedermeyer's first cover.
It's got a steamy pin-up of Wolfgang Niedermeyer. So this Niedermeyer, he has scored a coup because a movie called Midnight Mayhem that was filmed not too far from the theatre last year, he's used his connections to get them to have the premiere right here at the Grand Megaplex.
Great.
So that's happening. Yep. Next character, Ricky Leary, a.k.a. Ricky Rules.
3.
No matter what you're doing, he's got the procedure for it. But don't think about him, because here's Terry Tortora, a.k.a. Scary Terry. She works the cinema and always tells stories about how people die and stuff.
It's the same actor who plays Amber DeLacio in Mean Girls, if you like Mean Girls.
She's telling a story where some kids were doing a similar setup with some spotlights, and the spotlight rolled backwards and they lost their fingers and toes and junk. So, that is a scary story.
That is a scary story.
Okay, but don't think about Terry. There's no time, because here's Hilary Horan, a.k.a. Hilary Honey. She's a grandma in a teenage body. She makes sure people eat enough and calls them sweetie, etc. Shut up, there's no time. Mark Jeffries, a.k.a. question mark.
6. He
asks questions. Questions like, who's Mark Jeffries? It doesn't matter, because here's Lacey Ling, a.k.a. Racy Lacey. She talks fast,
7.
but not as fast as Pete. It's Pete again. Pete's back. And he's telling us about Merle. He's the head projectionist.
8.
He gives techno-speak answers to everything. Thinking about Merle, are you? Well, stop that, because here's beloved actor Mickey Rooney, who's in this film for some reason as a man called Movie Mason.
Movie Mason, he doesn't work here. He just thinks he does, explains Pete. He is essentially a very old man who wanders around in black tie bothering everyone.
He doesn't work in the cinema. He just hangs around the escalators and kisses the cardboard standees. We're told his family opened the original theatre that exploded. He loves movies more than anything, and he has a hard time letting go, which is why he hangs around the escalators dressed in white tie and tails.
I mean, it's hard to express what an odd movie this is for Mickey Rooney to be in.
I had to Google that this wasn't his final film, because he is so old in this.
Yeah, he's
old.
I mean, if you're not familiar, Mickey Rooney is an actual icon of old Hollywood. He was a co-star and great friend to Judy Garland, and he was married to Ava Gardner in the early 40s. So, just to put it in historic perspective, Mickey Rooney is was one of those last links to that sort of golden age of Hollywood.
Mickey Rooney is 80 in this film.
Right.
I think it wasn't his final film. He did continue acting for quite a few more years after this. So that's because you would hate for this to be Mickey Rooney's last film.
That wouldn't be good for anybody.
I feel like that must have been a sort of mental calculus Mickey Rooney had to do before accepting this film. It's went for a full screening and they're like, we think you've got a few more years in you, Mickey. And he was like, fine, I'll do it.
And I've got I've got more respect for Mickey Rooney then, because it's a hell of a roll of the dice. Because this would be a terrible final film.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, he must have got checked out beforehand. And they were like, "We think you'll make it to another film."
Yeah,
and he's like,
I lost count of new characters. I think we were on 9 or possibly 8 or 10.
Something like that. Mickey Rooney, movie mason, says, "My schedule," and hands a bit of paper to Sean, the manager. Sean puts it in a bin right in front of his face and walks off.
Yeah.
But there's no time to think about that because there's another character, a girl called Caitlin Kerrigan. Oh. And that's a girl that Pete has a crush on. She has a friend called Lisa, just in case you were worried there weren't enough characters in this.
Lisa contributes absolutely nothing to the story. And that is fine. It's just that at this point, I really do expect everyone to be pulling some weight.
Yeah. When you've got this many characters, they need to have a purpose, otherwise why are they here?
Exactly.
Lisa has no purpose, but she's introduced. Remember that? Lisa, she's here.
Yep.
So Pete has got her and her friend Lisa early passes into the premiere this evening, which we remind you is the premiere of a movie called Midnight Mayhem.
Midnight Mayhem.
It's a very big deal for the Megaplex.
Big coup scored by Wolfgang Niedermeyer, owner of the theatre, who we haven't met yet. We've just seen him on the cover of the magazine.
Yeah. So tonight has to be perfect, Pete says. We cut to Sean giving a pep talk / bollocking to his teenage staff.
Yeah, and the extremely elderly movie mason who is not an employee.
Who again doesn't work there and is dressed like he's going to the governor's ball.
Sean is explaining that tonight careers will be made and broken.
Yeah.
He doesn't at that point give a significant look to Mickey Rooney. But,
to movie mason.
Yeah, but I think it's implied.
He says, "Rise to my level or be gone," which is good. His cell phone goes. It's Niedermeyer. He's talking to Niedermeyer, and suddenly Sean's face falls, and he says, "If you feel that your son-in-law is the best man for the general manager's job, then that's a decision I will have to respect." Probably could have walked off and had this conversation instead.
That's the note I have, that for some reason he gets this bad news, and then instead of going, yep, sorry, 1 second, and then sort of popping out to, he's just like, I think I'll stand in front of all of these teenagers who already don't respect me and make sure that they know, A, that your son-in-law has taken the job I wanted, and B, that I'm extremely upset. It's a brutal disgrace.
What's that, Mr. Niedermeyer? I am unsuitable for the role due to my many personality flaws. Wow. I could. You wouldn't trust me to run a projector in my mum's basement, let alone a Megaplex?
Wow, that's harsh, Mr. Niedermeyer. I wish you hadn't said it. And part of me wishes I hadn't repeated it.
In front of all these snickering teenagers.
Let me just look around to see if they heard. Oh, yeah, they heard.
Oh, they heard everything.
Oh, Mr. Niedermeyer, they're all frowning at me.
So, we'll see you tonight, he says through a mask of tears. He twitches. He has lost all respect in the eyes of the teens.
Yeah.
He's going through the housekeeping for tonight's premiere. "You're a good man, Pete," he says to Pete. "You might go places in this organisation. And by the way, if anything goes wrong tonight, I'm throwing you under the bus."
Hopefully a metaphorical one.
Then everyone is dismissed.
Next, we see Pete driving home in a convertible VW Beetle.
Well,
the Disney Channel must have just got like a job lot at some point.
A VW Beetles.
VW Beetles. It's weird. Now, if only all of the plot that we've given so far was all of the plot. Was all of the plot. And credits could roll. But no, we've got more plot and more characters. More important characters. Because Pete...
So many important characters.
Yeah. Pete drives home. He's going to go back to the cinema in a minute, and you might think, couldn't he just have started at home and then go to the cinema and just do one trip? But no.
Couldn't he have stayed at the cinema? Why does he go back and forth between the cinema during a single shift?
Yeah, that's right. He's working there first thing in the morning, goes home to have his breakfast, and then goes back to the cinema,
goes back to have his lunch, goes back to the cinema.
Are they not allowed to eat in the cinema, maybe? They've got no break room.
I don't know about Pete, but the cinema I worked in was part of a shopping mall. And we struck up a sort of under-the-table deal with the Burger King and Sbarro Pizza next to the cinema, where we would let their employees into the cinema for free, and they would give us free pizza and Burger King. And that was an arrangement that worked really well until the Sbarro had to close because of the amount of free pizza we had. So.
How much free pizza does it take to close a Sbarro?
Every member of staff of the cinema are eating a whole free pizza every day, I think.
There was no dough left for paying customers.
Pretty much, I think.
Yeah. The manager of Sbarro is like, I won't want to shut down this deal, but Shrek 3 is coming out.
I'm going to make that Shrek pizza I've always dreamed of.
Yeah. Okay, so Pete goes home, and we meet his mom.
Who is Xenon's aunt.
Yes, Xenon's aunt. And we meet his sister. The sister is called Karen.
Mm-hmm.
They are having an argument about Karen having to babysit that night.
Yeah.
You always do this to me. You tell me you want me to have a life swim, then I make plans with my friends, and then suddenly at the last second, you say you need me to babysit.
I told you last Monday I needed you for tonight.
Was I listening?
Are you ever?
What's up?
Mom's going out with George tonight.
Oh, I think you might finally propose.
Why do you guys keep pushing this?
You and George are great together. You're always happy when he's around.
Oh yeah, you know what you should do? You should be like Gilly Blake and always a bridesmaid. Tell him how great you look in white. Ask him if he wants to play old maid, and then tell him you'll give him a ring when you get home.
Does every reference in your life have to be from a movie?
Why shouldn't it be? You sound exactly like the grouchy old dad in Blank Screen.
Yeah, well, I just think it'd be cool if every once in a while you two lived in the real world.
Boring.
So we also find out that the mom is going out with someone called George.
More characters, good.
Yeah, great. Pete speculates that this George may propose. The sister references a bunch of rom-coms, and Pete is annoyed because everything that the sister says is a movie reference. And then up walks the hitherto unseen brother called Brian, who says, "Man, you sound just like the grouchy old dad in the film Blank Screen." So everyone in this family is obsessed with films.
Except the
Pete,
one who works at
a cinema.
He hates films.
Yeah. The kids continue to put pressure on Mum regarding George proposing. The sister says, as Wendy Dillon said in Maybe Baby, until you apply the headlock, he might never comply with wedlock.
Wow.
Which is
just one of cinema's greatest quotes. Move over, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Comply with wedlock.
Until you apply the headlock.
Well, dear, until you put this headlock on, I simply wasn't going to comply with wedlock.
Frankly, my dear, until you apply the headlock, I won't comply with wedlock.
Jesus.
So it's a weird trope in kids' movies, including DCOMs, this idea that kids are so keen to see their parents get laid. Like, you know,
well, it's extremes, isn't it? It's either the other way round. It's either mum's got a date with a vampire kid, not wanting it under any circumstances,
yes.
Or it's this where they're so desperate for their mum to remarry.
Yeah, because they're desperate to repair the Walt Disney nuclear family.
Yeah,
you know, the Walt Disney natural state of things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, at this point is when I looked it up, and I looked up Blank Screen. I was like, that's not a movie, right? And
no, none of these movies are real, because the next film we hear about is the brother asks if Karen and him can go and see Farmer Brown Goes to Town. But Karen wants to see a film called University of Death.
Well, yeah, so Brian asks if he can see Farmer Brown Goes to Town.
Farmer Brown Goes to Town.
The mom is interrupted before she can reply to that, but I'm reasonably sure she would say no because it's a pornographic film. And Brian is...
Okay.
Brian is about 8.
Okay, I'm glad...
You're glad I said it.
I'm glad you said that and I didn't have to say Farmer Brown Goes to Town is clearly a porn.
The movie Farmer Brown Goes to Town. So yeah, Brian
wants to go to a different cinema.
Brian wants to head downtown to a different cinema and see
the
Farmer
cinema
Brown.
Brian wants to go to is coin operated.
So, yeah, but Karen wants to see University of Death. So they compromise. This is so unnecessarily complicated.
So complicated.
They compromise on a plan whereby Karen and Brian, the siblings, can go to see Farmer Brown Goes to Town. Then Pete will drive them home on his dinner break because he eats all his meals at home. And once home, Karen will babysit Brian until midnight, while Pete returns to the cinema to handle the big premiere.
This seems like it's not a compromise for Karen in any way, because her plan was, I want to go with my friends to see University of Death.
Yeah.
And they said, how about instead you babysit your brother at this porno?
Yeah.
And then come home and babysit him at home. And they're like, well, that's not at all what I wanted in any regard.
I don't want anything. I don't want anything about this.
Any parts of this.
I don't want to see Farmer Brown go to town, let
to
alone
town.
with my little brother.
So yeah, they introduce a character trait of the mom here, and in the start of the next scene that they drop immediately, where she corrects everyone's grammar. She corrects the sister's grammar, and then at the start of the next scene, she corrects Pete's grammar. She's like, "Oh,"
and then it stops.
Him and I and whom, and then she just doesn't do it ever again.
Yeah, I think they thought we've got to give her something, and they were like, maybe she can't cook, and then someone was like, I don't know, are we overusing that?
Seems like something someone would make a podcast about in the future. She's like, what if she was a really annoying grammar pedant? You're like, let's try it a couple of times. Nah, it's not really working for me. Or should I remove the previous 2 times she did it? Nah.
Oh, you're already filming it.
It's like, oh no, the backspace key fell off. Oh man.
Never mind.
Oh no, a big car drove over it. I can't put it back on now. It's all crushed.
The backspace key falling off is the only explanation for like the
way
this film turns out.
There's no way to go back.
No,
and say, or that they were filming it in real time. The writer was literally paper aeroplaning pages of the script across the set.
Just shout it. We'll say it. The mic won't pick you up.
Just leave a 1 second gap between each word.
We'll edit the gap out.
Phantom of the Megaplex.
Farmer Brown goes to... I know he's not going to say town.
He can't possibly. I'm already saying it.
So inside the house, Pete is eating a gigantic mixing bowl full of cornflakes.
Yeah, it's like a salad bowl full of cereal.
Yeah, it's not remarked upon, but
no.
I don't know. I mean, I guess he doesn't get to eat at the cinema, so maybe it makes sense. So Mom is distressed to learn that at work, Pete was up on the roof of the cinema securing big inflatables. But Pete doesn't mind. All he wants to do is work. He loves working at the cinema.
Yeah.
Pete is concerned that if he has to have his little siblings at the cinema today, they might make comments in front of Caitlin, who you'll remember is the girl he has a crush on. He's scored her tickets to the premiere, and so he doesn't want Caitlin to be in the same building as his little siblings in case they embarrass him.
Yeah, that's right. Cramping his style. That's what he's worried about. His mum, there's some talk of his dead dad. He loved movies. Maybe that's why Pete ended up there, she says. Mum thinks he's putting in too many hours. She's worried he'll burn out before he's 30. Pete, on the other hand, thinks he'll get rich. I can guarantee neither of these things will happen. This is the point that the film, I feel like, needs to introduce some reason why he's doing all this working to get money. Because...
yeah, like something he's saving up for.
Yeah, there's nothing... It hasn't been introduced that there's anything he's saving up money for. I mean, we are told later that he needs money to sort of try and woo Caitlin. But I feel like that needed to be introduced earlier because it's just like, I'm working all these hours. And I've got this money. But I eat at home and don't spend it on anything.
What would be a fine reason is that he loves movies.
Yeah.
And that's why he enjoys... It's like, it's not so much that he likes the money, but he just really likes to be at the cinema.
But he goes out of his way to explain that he sort of disdains movies.
Yeah. It's...
So...
yes. Weird.
Yeah. Anyway, it turns out that Madison Ashley Metz is going to be at the premiere. Who's that? Dunno. Film doesn't really tell us either. Anyway.
So Mom is excited for Pete. She's talking about the premiere.
Because it's 3 names, Madison Ashley Metz, you know it's a DCOM writer's idea of a sort of teen star.
Yes.
That's the only context we have to go on here.
What was the other
one? It's another Terrence Patrick McCormick.
Terrence Patrick McCormick.
Yeah.
So Mom asks Pete if he's nervous. Pete replies, don't worry, we're pros at the cinema and we have it under control. Smash cut to the theatre where it's not under control. Sean McGibbon just heard on the phone that Craig and Randy are sick. Yeah. And Jenna is, quote, simply lost in the ozone.
That's right. As a Colonian freedom fighter, she's become lost in the ozone.
She's assumed her bubble form. And gone
General Savant's attack ships amassing.
God.
And she's simply become lost in the ozone. So she's gone. She's aghast now.
Sean McGibbon starts hiccuping because it's a thing he says happens when he gets nervous.
Yeah.
Ricky Rules is moaning that because they're understaffed, all breaks have been cancelled, which is a violation of their union contracts. He says, remember that rules are his thing.
Yeah.
But with a persuasive hand on the shoulder, Pete comes up like a real scab and convinces him to forget about this and not make a fuss.
Yeah, the idea of like adhering to a union contract is played as a sort of like real stick in the mud jerk, like poor work ethic kind of.
Yeah, like, oh, I like bureaucracy. I'm Ricky Rules. I like my union contract to be observed.
Oh, I like to have pleasant working conditions.
Yeah, the ghost of Walt Disney smiles broadly.
Nods in silent approval from hell.
So the gang notes.
So sorry, I've just got a note here. I'm trying to figure out what kind of a movie Midnight Mayhem is. There's Pete's wearing a
porno,
button.
I imagine.
I mean, yeah, this theatre is a porno theatre, so I assume.
Oh no! Now every film is going to seem like...
No, so Pete is wearing a button, like a badge that is for Midnight Mayhem. There's a dinosaur on it.
Yes.
And it uses the Jurassic Park font.
How is that allowed?
I don't know. So I think it's supposed to be like, they're trying to make it like it's Jurassic Park, but as we'll see later, it very clearly isn't.
Yeah, I think it's like a sort of big monster-style blockbuster.
Yeah. So there's also a net for a balloon drop that's been set up. Sean set it up. We hear some spooky laughter. We cut to the sister Karen secretly planning to go and see University of Death. She's on the phone with her friends. She's saying that her mum doesn't want her to see it, but we teens see worse things on the 6 o'clock news, she says, like a normal teen would say, not a 50-year-old decom writer.
Brian overhears this plan that Karen's cooking up and panics about being left alone in the cinema. He says, what if it's like Waldorf's Revenge, where a criminal takes a kid hostage in the cinema?
Yeah.
Or what if it's like Flood and the place floods?
Yeah, Flood, a movie in which apparently a cinema floods and a small boy dies.
Waldorf's Revenge, a film in which a criminal takes a kid hostage in the cinema. What a specific reference you have to hand, Brian. What if it's like Waldorf's Revenge, where a phantom haunts the Megaplex?
That feels like they should have called that film Phantom of the Megaplex. No.
So ultimately, Karen bribes Brian to come along with the promise of being taken in the future to see Power Penguins for Olympic glory.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be like a Mighty Ducks riff.
Yeah,
right?
we see like a standee for it later, and it looks like a Mighty Ducks. It's a bit weird though that sort of Brian is painted as this sort of, you know, a cinephile, kind of an appreciator of the rare, you know,
the cinematic arts.
Kubrick, Lynch. Yeah. These are the altars at which he
a real mini Kermode, this kid.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's like, no, I only want to see Power Penguins for Olympic glory. Maybe it was directed by William Friedkin.
This is true. We cut to Movie Mason doing his job, which is standing at the bottom of the escalator telling people to enjoy the show.
Yeah, he like his thing is he just sort of like will come up to you and bother you.
Yeah.
And sort of talk about the magic of the movies.
Oh, the transformative power of the movies. Oh, the silver screen, it shows us the magic in all of us. And
you're
can all
going to have a
dream.
great time. And it's like, I'm just trying to keep my kids quiet for 2 hours.
Buddy, I'm just here at the porno theatre to I just want to crank my hog in peace.
Oh, the magic of the silver
magic of the porno cinema.
Hollywood.
You joke, but he really does sing that later.
So we see kids in the Megaplex lining up to try and pull a plastic sword out of a plastic stone. It's a sort of a promotional.
It's a promotional stunt for Merlin on Mars, I think is the name of the movie. So that's good. Two bullies are here.
Porno. Yeah.
I mean, they used to have higher budgets, didn't they?
So they did. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, before the internet. Yeah, you would have
Merlin on Mars. Yeah.
You would have Merlin. Yeah, you would have a
Merlin goes to town on Mars. These two bullies are here. They're giving Pete a hard time. They heard Caitlin and Lisa were going to be there tonight, and they want to hit on them.
The bully is called Donny Holly.
Donny Holly.
Donny Holly.
Improbably.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a 29-year-old man.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, makes it very easy for him to bully Pete, because he's so much bigger.
Pete goes on a sort of self-pitying rant about why he hates Donny Holly.
Yeah.
Because he's handsome and rich. And this is why he needs the money. He has to keep up with Donny Holly.
Yep.
My whole life, Donnie Hawley's been like some dark shadow. In school, sports, girls. If I want it, he wants it. He's the one who usually gets it.
Well, does he know that you like Caitlin, huh?
Think it's just a coincidence he showed up tonight? Now I'll be working my buns off. He'll hunt her down, pour on some of his gross charm. I hate Donnie. Never worked a day in his life. All the girls think he's just so good looking. He has a totally perfect life.
But you are so way sweeter, doll.
Since when does that count for anything? Girls like Caitlin want guys with decent cars, money to spend on dates. I'm earning cash just to compete.
That other voice you heard there, of course, was Hillary Honey, a character who you may as well forget exists.
She just does nothing.
Peter's ranting about Donnie. He can't believe that this schoolchild Donnie has never worked a day in his life, unlike him.
He's busting his ass at the porno theatre.
Yeah. So the cinema is really busy, and the staff are just drowning, basically. It's a high pressure situation. It's incredibly stressful. They're trying to set up for the big premiere. For some reason, I can only assume because of Sean McGibbon's famous incompetence, even though he's hosting a big Hollywood premiere that night, he's keeping the Megaplex open during the day. Yeah. They're only going to close it like 20 minutes before the premiere. Just shut it for a private event, my man.
Yeah, if it's the most important thing that's ever happened to this Megaplex.
Yeah.
Ashley Madison Metz, or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Madison Ashley Metz. She's going to be picking her way around the ruined Shrek the Third theatre, trying to find a seat that isn't covered in ice cream and vomit.
Yeah, exactly. And failing.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason they don't. They run the Megaplex at capacity, all screens going all the time in the run up to this premiere. So they're trying to sort of run the Megaplex, and they're trying to set up for this premiere. Which, sidebar, even if everything goes right, is going to suck, because everything that they're planning and putting up is it's awful. It's like
a child's birthday party.
Yeah, like this balloon drop that Andy mentioned. Imagine a sort of Hollywood premiere balloon drop. Now stop imagining that and imagine it's like 5th birthday party balloons, and there are sort of 10 of them.
Yeah.
They've got a big wind machine. Why? Who at the premiere is excited to be fiercely blown at?
To be blown on. Well, I mean, someone with an idea for spectacle is Movie Mason, who comes up to Sean at this point and says, "Have you considered my idea to install a live organ in the cinema?"
In the porno theatre.
Just... Sean says, "No, I'm not installing an organ, old man. You don't work here." But Movie Mason sees that the two ushers are being overwhelmed by people trying to get into the cinema. And he says, I can work here for free and be a ticket taker. Movies are about magic, etc.
Commerce.
Yeah.
And he swells with pride as Sean puts a bow tie on him.
He's pathetically grateful.
Let's have a tiny clip of that, because we have to hear Movie Mason at this point.
A man in crisis should not be burdened by irrelevant details.
So you'd stand here and take tickets even if I can't pay you?
Sean, movies are not about commerce, my friend. Movies are about magic.
Is that a yes or a no?
If he wants to do it, Sean, let him.
Not since I was made head usher at the Solon Gettle Sand Palace of Burlesque has my heart been filled with such pride. In the name of the great Cecil B. DeMille, I will not let you down.
So there's a couple of little scenes here. Sean's phone goes, it's Niedermeyer. He goes off to answer the phone. Mum drops Brian and Karen off at the cinema. And then we see the queues are now enormous because Movie Mason won't let people into movies that he doesn't like.
Turns out that this man who doesn't work at the cinema but lives there is not the dream employee you hoped he would be.
This walking Rotten Tomato meter is refusing to let two men into whatever porno they chose.
So he won't let them in. He says that he's basically... What's weird about this is that he's telling these people that the movie that they've bought tickets to is It would be more helpful if he would stand at the box office, as opposed to sort of being like, I know you've already bought your ticket. but I'm not letting you in because it sucks. He's like, go see this instead. It's like, there's this other movie, there's this art house film they're showing.
Yeah, Glimpses of Genevieve, he says they should go and see.
Yeah, Glimpses of Genevieve. He says it's won all these awards.
I'm sorry, you can't transfer your ticket. You will need to buy a new one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, if it's any Megaplex I've been in, you just go in one and then go.
You just start the day at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
By 10 p.m. you've watched 11 films. Great. So this angry man threatens to punch the 80-year-old Mickey Rooney.
Yeah.
And he says the magic of the movies is a treasure not to be taken lightly, with a straight face in this film.
Yeah. So Sean, the manager, comes over and yells at Movie Mason, "Mason, here now!" kind of shouting at him a bit like he's a dog. Sean says that Mr. Niedermeyer has ruled that Movie Mason is an insurance liability waiting to happen, which is true. And he rips off the red bow tie that he placed on him only moments earlier. Movie Mason flips out and says that this is an outrage, which it isn't, because he doesn't work here, isn't being paid, and did a bad job. From the queue, though, Brian, little brother Brian, sees this happening and is incensed. He says, "You can't treat Movie Mason like this. He's a legend." In the background, there's a big promo display for Power Penguins for Olympic glory.
Looks good.
So from the standee, you can tell that it's about ice hockey, like Mighty Ducks. It doesn't feature penguins, but does seem to feature what look to me like anime mechs.
Well, that's why it looks good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
you've got
Movie
to form
Mason
up to defeat
I
don't know, I can't think of a single ice hockey team.
Yeah, Pucklaw, the evil king of pucks. So Movie Mason is fired from his unpaid ticket-taking job. He leaves confusingly. Pete is with his brother and sister. He sees Caitlin. He goes over to her and her friend Lisa to say hi. The brother, Brian, trying to get some candy out of the candy machine, somehow snaps the front off it, and then up comes Donnie Holly, who tries to fix it, but it then scatters gumballs everywhere. Everyone is sort of like slapstick slipping on these gumballs, and Brian shouts, "The Phantom of the Megaplex strikes again!" of this thing that he did.
This problem he caused.
Yeah.
So it seems like all of these gumballs are going to be a problem. But thinking fast, Pete grabs a hockey stick from the Penguins display.
Absolutely zero way there would be a real hockey stick in this standee, but continue.
And in a sequence that is set to big band jazz, he starts using the hockey stick to shoot the gumballs into a trash can.
Slap-shotting them into a trash bin on its side.
There are hundreds of gumballs. This is a terrible way to clean.
It's easily the most time-consuming way of doing this.
Yes, but everyone is cheering and loving it, and including Caitlin, who swoons, seeing, my God, what a specimen this Pete is, slap-shotting these gumballs.
Well, the crowd are all applauding. He's cleaned up about 3 gumballs, but that was just the window that Donnie Holly needed to seduce Caitlin, and he leaves with her hand in hand.
Yeah, Pete turns around having cleaned up, like you say, 3 gumballs. And he's just waltzing off with Caitlin. Caitlin's like, la, 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 la. The note that I have here, and I've put it in bold in my notes, so clearly I was feeling it very strongly, is when is someone going to die? This is the point in the film where I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why am I just watching a lot of scenes of people being promoted and then demoted?
Yeah.
Why am I watching gumballs being cleaned up?
In the Phantom of the Opera, by this point, someone had been hanged.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What's up?
In Phantom of the Opera, they get the gumball cleaning scene out the way in the first 1 minute.
So, so Karen goes to set Brian up in his farm porno, and then she will join the other girls who are in the screening watching University of Death. Then there's some sort of confusing stuff. But there's a cinema sitter, which is apparently a position at this cinema. It's an old woman who goes around screens to check no one's doing anything wrong.
Yeah, like policing the cinema?
Policing the screens.
So Karen is trying to sneak out of Farmer Brown Goes to Town and into University of Death. But she has to sort of do a bit of a stealth mission past the cinema sitter, who roams the halls, like, I guess just trying to find children who
we had to do that. We had to do that at the cinema. Like, you would do periodic screen checks where you would pop your head in just to check everything was all right.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like a specific position. It was just something you also had to do while in between cleaning up the ruined Shrek the Third screens.
Yeah. But anyway, the cinema sitter is a thing in here. But thinking quick, just as the cinema sitter turns around, Karen dives into a standee display for a movie called You Think You're Down and Out, where you're is spelt Y-O-U-R.
Yeah. How hard is it, folks?
Meanwhile, Pete is flirting with Caitlin.
He's attempting to re-establish relations with Caitlin after her brutal leaving with Donny Holly.
Yeah, so he's gone into the screen for the film that they're watching, which is some kind of disaster movie. We'll get to it later.
Yeah. He tells them that Jacob Johnson from Laughlin's Dream is going to be here tonight too. And he, in his position as assistant manager, might be able to arrange an introduction. Wow. How raw would it be to touch his hand, says Caitlin. She is aroused by Pete's raw power and bow tie.
However, just as all this flirting's going really well, Bully Donny comes in and tells Pete to scram because there's a popcorn emergency that he's somehow heard about.
Yeah.
So Pete runs out, and there is indeed a popcorn emergency. The popcorn machine is overflowing.
The emergency is they've somehow invented infinite popcorn.
Yeah, that's not an emergency. Congratulations, you're rich.
Yeah.
The markup on popcorn is bonkers, right?
It's bonkers, yeah. And also the fact that they say they put in the normal amount of kernels, but infinite popcorn is coming out. I mean, they've just solved world hunger.
Yeah, provided everyone wants popcorn. But everyone wants popcorn.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's a staple.
Yeah, and it's rich in fibre.
They can't figure it out. They've tried turning it off. It doesn't work. Pete unplugs the machine. And the hope of a hunger-free world dies with the popcorn machine as it turns off.
Ricky Rules dives for it, saying no, but it's already unplugged.
Yeah, it's another one of the 4-second scenes in this movie because then something else happens. A woman comes out of the screening of Glimpses of Genevieve, saying, "We didn't expect the title to be so literal." It turns out that the film is sort of going in and out of focus, and everyone is yelling.
So Racy Lacey, as she's known, because she's always moving fast.
Racing around.
So Racy Lacey races in and sees that, indeed, the screening's gone all wonky and the film looks rubbish. One man screams extremely intensely in the crowd, "Fix the projector!" Yeah. The note I have here is that this whole film is like a stress stream of like the retail and service industry. It's like, this is, it's just like non-stop customers.
Yeah, yelling at Pete.
Yeah, just yelling at these children.
Just trying his best.
Yeah.
Really trying his best.
I don't like it. It's too real.
No, it is. So Pete, he kind of has to go to the front and explain the problem. Brian says it's not an accident, it's sabotage, just like in Judson's Revenge. It's Judson's Revenge. Yeah.
Oh, we should mention as well here, because Pete has had to go and check on Brian.
Yeah.
We do get a 2-second glimpse of Farmer Brown Goes to Town.
And it is very obviously a porno.
We see an extremely chiseled man in overalls covering something on the back of a flatbed truck with blue tarp.
Not the character from the movie Standee, which we see later.
Yeah.
Who is a much less handsome Farmer Brown.
Yeah, this is a hot farmer.
Yeah, this is a hot sexy farmer.
And he goes to the front of the truck where a woman is sort of sat there, and he says, "No matter what happens, baby, I want you to promise me you'll stay right here." And she sort of like pouts a bit. I think this actually is R-rated, this movie. It's like, it's definitely not got sort of, I don't know, home on the range sort of Disney.
No, well, it's kind of, you know how you can, like, in The Simpsons, you can piece together the whole McBain movie.
Yes.
I think you can sort of infer what the plot of Farmer Brown Goes to Town is. Yeah. And he has killed someone and covered them in a tarp in the back of his pickup truck. I think is pretty clear what's going on here.
When does it get sexy?
So Brian thinks that the Phantom doesn't like these big Hollywood productions coming into his home, the Megaplex. First the candy machine, and now this. The candy machine was Brian's fault, but he's trying to shift the blame onto this Phantom now. Yep.
This isn't an accident, you know. It's sabotage, exactly like in Judson's Revenge.
I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
I'm just trying to help, okay? See, I'm betting that the Phantom of the Megaplex doesn't like you bringing a big Hollywood party into his home.
Brian, hey, don't start with me, okay? We have 26 screens here. Things are always going wrong.
Yeah, but all in one night, I mean, come on. The candy bin crashing down and now this focus thing.
Yeah, you don't even know about the maniac popcorn machine.
See? In Judson's Revenge, the guy, Kevin Eastman, see what happens is he thinks he's been cheated by this big power company, but no one will listen to him.
All right, enough. Okay, get back to Farmer Brown now.
Okay, but I'm telling you, sabotage.
So, en route back to Farmer Brown Goes to Town, where he has been sent by his big brother,
sure.
Brian hears a ghostly chuckling coming from nowhere. A sort of he spins around a few times in panic and then runs away, and the camera crash zooms in on a cardboard standee of a man who is definitely not Farmer Brown, but it is the standee for Farmer Brown Goes to Town.
Yeah.
And organ music rises to fever pitch, and we see sinister glowing eyes appear behind the eye holes of the Farmer Brown standee.
How does this happen?
Look,
it's a two-dimensional cardboard cutout. The eyes appear.
Yeah.
You would be able to see the person crouched behind it, but you can't.
You would be it's 2D. At the point where the eyes appear, you would be first you would see some hair.
Yeah. Also, it's not it's like I say, it's a 2D cardboard cutout. If some eyes appeared and you walked past it, you'd see a man standing there with his face up to the cardboard standee.
Yeah, I mean, there would be
not like a painting in a wall. You're not in a secret passage behind it.
There'd be like one frame of animation where it would look like the eyes of the standee were moving, and from every other angle. Also, you have depth perception.
Yeah.
So, it would be quite clear that there is someone crouched behind this big cardboard Farmer Brown.
Well, it made me furious.
I mean, it's not the most annoying thing about this happening, because, as we're going to see, absolutely none of the mysterious happenings in this film make
any sense
a lick
whatsoever.
of sense.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it. So we check in on University of Death, the screening that Karen's in.
Karen won't stay in this film. She keeps going off to check on her brother, but he's not there in the Farmer Brown screening, obviously, because he's running around the cinema. They're trying to get a thing going where the situations in the film match the situations in real life. So the thing where Farmer Brown was telling the woman to stay in the car, it's now at a scene where the woman has left and Farmer Brown's like, I told her to stay right here, just as Karen is like, I told Brian to stay right here. It's they've tried to do a sort of literary technique thing, but it hasn't really worked, and it's just sort of annoying and confusing.
Yeah, and also doesn't happen enough to sort of stick,
to sort of establish it as a thing. Yeah,
a bit like Mom's Grammar and other stuff.
It's sort of that backspace key. It's on order, but it's going to be weeks to get it from the warehouse.
They say it's a special make. Compaq only made one of this Palm Pilot, on which I typed Phantom of the Megaplex,
which shows. Yeah.
So back in the lobby, Ricky Rules is now fielding phone calls from Niedermeyer. And I know what you're thinking. Why is someone as lowly as Ricky Rules fielding calls from Niedermeyer? Well, it's because Sean, the manager, has disappeared.
Ricky can't understand it. He thinks it's strange that Sean would disappear despite being publicly humiliated earlier.
Yeah, and despite his job being unimportant.
Yeah, this job is his life, he says, or it was until he was publicly humiliated earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a movie called Cut to Black, and the lights in it are going berserk. The lights are apparently tied into the same computer system as the projection from Glimpses of Genevieve. The projectionist is also missing Merle, you'll remember from earlier.
Yeah.
You know, Merle, one of the 16 characters introduced in the 10-second span at the start of the movie. He's missing.
So the question becomes, where's Merle?
Where could Merle be?
How can a whole computer program go into spontaneous meltdown? Pete muses.
Yeah.
And Brian, who is just sort of
is
there
now as
Pete
well,
all of a sudden says, like I said, sabotage.
He says that Sean is still missing, but there's simply no time to stay on that scene. We see Terry and Lacey exit the staff room talking, only to see a mysterious figure in a cape laugh and then sort of swoop his cape and run off.
And whirl past round a corner.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the projection room, Merle is actually up here. He's examining the hardware. He can't figure out what the hell is going on. He speculates that this is someone's deliberate attempt to ruin our big night.
Yeah.
But he's going to try and fix the projection. He's going to try and fix the sound. Pete leaves Merle there and goes to try and calm the baying mob. Just close the cinema.
Yeah, I mean, again, for so many reasons.
Yeah.
But also now for these reasons.
Look, I know I'm not workaholic Pete who just loves working and loves his job as assistant manager in the cinema, but if I worked in the cinema and my boss went AWOL, I'd be like, folks, I'm leaving. Leave as well if you want.
Yeah.
Bye.
So I wish you could all see your films, but unfortunately, we've had a slew of technical issues. It's just not happening tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll all get free passes for another day.
Yeah.
Everyone get out.
Everyone
you
get
don't
out.
have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, exactly.
Lacey explains the figure in black, which cements Brian's theory of a phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary says that a fog machine was delivered and has now gone missing. Also, no one has gone to get the velvet ropes out of the basement. I've just written so much is going on in my notes.
Yeah.
Which I think is a sort of like a bit of a white flag from me at this point.
Yeah.
But Pete descends into the basement of the cinema to get the velvet ropes, and he finds Sean gagged and tied to a chair, his arms tied behind his back, bound behind the chair, his mouth gagged with electrical tape.
Sean, they take the duct tape off, and Sean explains what happens.
What happened? I don't have a clue. I came down here to get these ropes. Someone shoved me from behind, held me down, tied my hands, put tape over my mouth before I saw a thing.
Dun dun dun! Phantom of the Megaplex is back!
So, even though Sean has been attacked in his place of work and sort of like knocked out and kidnapped, he goes straight back to work, showing, I think...
Well, I know what you were thinking is, I mean, this phantom is clearly Sean because he was humiliated in front of the staff and he,
Yes.
he got passed over for the promotion and now he wants to sabotage the cinema. But now...
But the film knows you were thinking that, so they've shown you this scene, so you realise, red herring. Yeah. It cannot have been Sean because he's a victim of the phantom.
Yeah, so this is classic, like, eliminating suspects thing. Yeah. I mean, for Sean to now be the phantom, he would have to have duct taped his own mouth and tied himself into a chair with his hands behind his back. So eliminate Sean from your list of suspects.
So, Sean goes straight back to work instead of calling the police. Outside the theatre, he rallies his troops. He says...
He's kidnapped. Assaulted. He's like, well, man, I'm running behind after a guy got kidnapped, so I better get back to it.
You walked into a room and you found your boss, like, bound and gagged, and he was like, I was knocked unconscious by an attacker. Anyway, that's put us really behind on this restart.
It's behind this schedule.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be like, is the attacker still in the cinema, potentially?
Yeah.
But that's exactly what Sean is worried about, because all of these things are going wrong. He says there's only 1 hour until the premiere. We must find out who's doing this. Heading back inside into the cinema, because this like pep talk took place on the street. They bump into Karen, but the escalators start going haywire.
Yeah.
They're sort of going like up and down and going all over the place. It's just another thing going wrong.
Yeah. Pete sort of runs up the wrong way on an escalator. Doing that in the cinema when I worked there is how I pierced my kneecap.
Oh my God!
So I wouldn't recommend it.
So wait, you were running up a down escalator?
A down escalator, yeah. I tripped and landed on... You know how they're all spiky on the edge?
They've got little spiky teeth.
Yeah.
I thought
I was like, I'm fine. But then later on, there was loads of blood. So...
Did you get to go home?
No. Because we were behind schedule. And I didn't blame it on a phantom. I just got on with it. So Pete says to Brian, go back to your movie. They cut to Brian and Karen discussing if they should solve the crime or not. The brother says, remember what Dad said? If you pay attention, movies can teach you about life.
Such a weird thing for the dad to have said.
Well, it's also an extremely obvious thing to say. It's like, when you think about it, events can teach you about stuff.
Yeah. If you think about it, movies are stories.
Yeah, if you think about it, stories can tell you things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dad, obviously. And maybe he said this towards the end.
Slipping in and out of consciousness. Brian, come closer.
Come closer.
If you think about it, Brian, movies can teach you a lot.
If you think about it, Brian, purple monkey dishwasher.
Yeah, if you think about it, Brian, you ever seen The Godfather? That's how I learned you don't mess with the mob.
Promise me you won't mess with the mob,
Brian.
So yeah, that's happening.
So in talking, Brian and Karen have this eureka moment, and they realise that the troubles that have been happening in the Megaplex match the movie titles. So, for example, glimpses of Genevieve, it was all going out of focus.
Yeah.
In the movie Cut to Black, it was cutting to black.
Yeah, University of Death, everyone died.
Everyone died. Everyone graduated.
And then died.
So
Farmer Brown goes to town. Everyone went
to
town on each other. They didn't show that, but we have to assume.
Yeah.
That's what was going on in there.
So they want to figure out where the Phantom will strike next. So, reasonably, they decide that they've got to figure out like what other movies are showing.
Yeah.
But before they can start making any deductions, they hear screaming. Someone runs up. "Run for your lives, children! It's a tornado!" screams a punter at this cinema.
In a weird British accent.
Yeah.
She goes,
because
"Run for your lives! It's a tornado!"
It's a tornado! So in the screening of Cyclone Summer,
yes,
which is the screening that Caitlin is in, a wind machine it has
a
been
large
turned
fan
on at the front. A great big fan. Now, everyone in that theatre would have seen someone wheel in a large clanking wind machine, then run its power cord to the wall, come back to the fan and turn it on. There
are like 300 people all facing the screen.
Yeah. And this thing is in front of the screen. It's 6 feet high. And it's like, it's on...
It was in the lobby, this wind machine, so he's had to drag it through all of the corridors.
Clank,
probably
clank.
up some stairs. This is a multi-level multiplex.
In a lift or something. And then...
It wouldn't fit in a lift, Luke. He's got to wedge that on the escalator.
He's taking it up in a cherry picker outside. So you're sat in Cyclone Summer. How absorbing is this film that in your peripheral vision you see someone like wheeling in an enormous wind machine? Think, oh, that's odd. That's unusual.
The strangest thing is that everyone's reacting to it like they don't see the wind machine. Like the woman who flees the theatre is like, "It's a tornado!" Yeah. And everyone else is sort of like rolling around on the floor.
I would come out and say, "Excuse me, is there someone in charge here? Because some dickhead has just turned on a wind machine and
a man for the past 15 minutes has been laboriously setting up a wind machine.
A hunched figure in a big crushed velvet cape has been programming a wind machine,
cackling to himself." Setting up a wind machine. I mean, I tried to ignore him and enjoy the great movie, but
also it's the world's most powerful wind machine.
Yeah,
it's like popcorn is flying through the air. People are almost getting like carried away by the force.
Yeah, Pete runs at the fan to try and unplug it, but he's blown back into the seat. He's pinned to his chair.
Force. At which point, this is the point where I asked, hang on, they were going to deploy this device in the premiere.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Ashley,
maybe for crowd control to keep back the undesirables.
Ashley Addison Metz is going to be sort of blasted into...
Terrence Patrick McCormick is going to, like Team Rocket...
fired into the stratosphere.
Fired into the sky. I mean, all publicity is good publicity, right? Madison Ashley Metz killed at premiere by a huge wind machine.
You might say the cast was blown away. Oh, what? I'm going to jail.
Madison Ashley Metz blown into traffic.
She had to wear that big dress. It caught the wind.
She had to wear that cape. The Batwing cape carried her off.
Oh, man. Okay, so
yeah, I just, this is the most accommodating cinema audience in history. They sat quietly while the Phantom of the Megaplex dragged an enormous industrial fan into their theatre, plugged it in, turned it on, and then ran out cackling.
Now, at this point, you're thinking, could there be more things happening in this film? Well, good luck, because we now cut to Mom and George.
Well, okay, Pete does save everyone from the fan.
That's right.
It's important to mention that they're not trapped there forever.
Yeah, he turns the fan off.
Yeah.
We now cut to Mom and George, who are having a bad date. They can't find a table anywhere. They see some potted plants on like a windowsill outside a restaurant, and Mom kind of starts to draw out this weird laboured metaphor about potting plants. They're trying to sort of figure out whether...
It's about marriage,
It's about marriage. George says he's not afraid of repotting to put plants together, but you just have to take it slow. And then Mom's pager beeps. It's Pete calling from the lobby payphone because he needs Mom to come and pick up Karen and Brian because things are going so wrong, he cannot get away to drive them home.
Well, yeah, all breaks have been cancelled because Sean, the manager, was assaulted and kidnapped. So
I would mention
so
that
now
to
everyone's dinner break is cancelled.
Dinner's cancelled because of kidnap.
Yeah. So she's going to go and pick up the kids, or is she? Because her car won't start.
Yeah.
The Phantom.
You can't blame that on the Phantom.
Well, could be, couldn't it?
Car won't start. I mean, it makes about as much sense as anything else
as
the Phantom
everything else.
does.
Yeah, it's true. So, okay. Sean thinks that Movie Mason is the Phantom. Brian disagrees. Karen thinks that he's the sweetest person who ever lived. Sean says he's our Phantom and I want him found. So that's Sean's current theory.
Yeah.
Is that Movie Mason is the Phantom.
Movie Mason is the Phantom.
Riley. It's Movie Mason, our so-called Phantom. Think about it. He's ticked at me for having tossed him out. He's never gotten over the fact that he doesn't still own this place. What better revenge than ruining our biggest night?
Mason would never do anything that mean. Movies are like sacred to him.
In my opinion, that crazy old coot is capable of anything.
You don't know him at all. He's like the sweetest person that ever lived.
Why are these small people talking to me?
Guys, will you just cool it? All right, this doesn't concern you.
It does if he's gonna go around bad-mouthing Movie Mason. Yeah.
I am telling you, he is our Phantom, and I want him found.
So Pete is checking with staff to see if anyone's seen Movie Mason. One guy on the staff says that he thinks he saw him. He said that he forgave Sean and then he bought a ticket to Merlin on Mars. Presumably in that auditorium, everyone is like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall.
Their eyeballs
rolling around. Their eyeballs boiling out of their head.
The Phantom has created a perfect vacuum. Well, it would be easy. He just switches the wind machine to reverse. And it sucks all the air out.
Sucks all the air out and everyone dies.
Yeah. For some reason, it was late at night. When I wrote down Merlin on Mars, I wrote in brackets, round table, red planet. Because I guess I was trying to pitch
Was
Merlin
that your
on Mars
tagline?
to myself. Yeah. Tagline.
Yeah.
So next to so Pete has sent his siblings down to sit on this blue bench. Next to this blue bench where Karen and Brian are sat, Brian finds Movie Mason's work schedule, which remember is this piece of paper that every day he brings to Sean.
We saw it thrown in the bin earlier. Brian retrieves it from that bin.
Exactly. He looks at it, he reads something, he's shocked, and then he runs to ask Hillary where Movie Mason takes his dinner breaks. I wouldn't have thought that Movie Mason gets dinner breaks because he's not an employee.
He doesn't work there and doesn't get breaks.
But Hillary says that the answer is he always takes his dinner breaks in the basement, which, I mean, sidebar, is unbelievably bleak.
Yeah.
He lives in the cinema and eats dinner in the basement.
Dinner in the basement.
So Brian and Karen head down towards the basement. While they're looking down the stairwell, however, they briefly get a glimpse of the caped Phantom.
Yeah.
And an echoing again.
Karen is afraid of this laughing Phantom, but we can't bail now, says Brian. This is just like Officer Bean, talented teen 2.
Officer Bean.
Officer Bean, talented teen 2.
Bean, you're so talented. You're going to make Officer.
But I'm just a teen.
But I'm just a teen, too.
After the events of the previous Officer Bean movie, I didn't think you'd make Officer Bean. But guess what? You have.
You have done.
You have done it. Well done. Hooray.
So, in the basement, Brian and Karen, the younger siblings, they spot a glowing light at the end of a corridor. They explore. It's creepy. They emerge into a terrifying room filled with old props and models.
Papier-mâché beef eaters.
Yeah.
A big clown face.
A big plastic beef eater. Why? Well, doesn't matter. In this room, Brian moves a dusty piece of cloth covering a grating, and through it he glimpses a wondrous room lit with golden light.
A secret lair.
It's full of furs, stars on ceiling, lights, an old Hollywood ephemera.
Yep. But before you get too lost in wonder, here's a scene where Mum calls the theatre, is told that her kids aren't there. Mark Jeffries goes off to try and find them, and then Lacey hangs up the phone. Anyway, back to the room.
End scene.
End scene. Back to the wondrous room.
Yeah. I like this scene because the old Hollywood basement room gives me like FMV game vibes.
Such FMV. There's so many clickable things in it.
Yes.
You can click on so many of these things.
Clickable. You're going to have to bring things back to this room and combine them with things that you find.
Karen says, "Are you sure Mason can't be the Phantom?" "Of course," says Brian. "Then what about this?" says Karen, pointing to a movie poster for Phantom of the Opera.
Well, that hasn't changed my mind overly.
Yeah, that's a movie poster for an 80-year-old movie.
Yeah, but here's an 80-year-old man. It's Mickey Rooney.
He was a baby Phantom.
At age 0, he did his first
He
haunting.
did his first phantoming. He couldn't do much. He just sort of rolled out of the rafters. He went. But it was enough in those days. It was before the Chucky films. We found it scary at the time.
You have to remember, we were scared of like trains on films.
Yeah. So a baby.
So a rolling baby?
An unexpected baby rolling at you?
A baby at the opera? That's not allowed.
My heart f***ing stopped. Let me tell you.
So, anyway, as they are looking at this poster, all of a sudden they hear a voice from behind them.
Yeah, the Phantom's face on the poster morphs into Movie Mason. "Hello, children," he says. "I see you've discovered my little hideaway."
I see you've discovered my little hideaway.
You left the light on.
Well, that's what happens with old age. Liver spots come, the mind goes.
Mason, do you know what's been going on around here tonight? Crazy projectors, flashing lights, indoor tornadoes. It's not you, is it? You're not the Phantom of the Megaplex, right?
Children. When we arrive in this world, magic is all around us. You simply have to see a baby discover a butterfly or a toddler splash in the bath for the first time. Yet, as years pass, simple pleasures aren't quite so simple to find. Myths and legends fall away. Santa's secrets are revealed. Card tricks lose their fascination. True wonder is harder to come by. But there's always magic at the movies. Pirate ships, bicycles that fly, angels earn their wings, beautiful women marry handsome men, and we all learn there's no place like home.
So he's explaining that when we arrive in the world as babies, there's magic all around us. Magical things like bathing toddlers and such. But simple pleasures get harder to find as you grow older. But there's always magic at the movies. So this.
I don't want to sound harsh. Why is anyone taking seriously the rantings of an elderly man who lives, eats, sleeps, and in the basement of a multiplex staffed by teens, and emerges every day in full coat and tails to bother all the customers? And it seems like they can't get rid of him because it's like they're worried that, I don't know, he might get injured as they force him out, and he'll technically get injured on cinema property or something.
He lives in the basement and he's eaten nothing but popcorn, nachos,
and rats. He finds
roller hot dogs and Sour Patch Kids for the last 20 years.
He's actually 25 years old.
Also, this whole monologue is in response to them asking him if he's the Phantom. So if I said to someone, "Are you the Phantom of the Megaplex?" and he responded with a long monologue about the magic of cinema, I would be like, "I notice you haven't said no."
Yeah, it sounds like something that the Phantom of the Megaplex would say. But no, he says that to shatter those magical moments is a sin so grave as to be almost incomprehensible, proving that he cannot be the Phantom.
This is the actor who portrayed Mr. Yunioshi in Breakfast at Tiffany's, one of the most racist caricatures in cinema history, let's not forget.
Yep.
Before you go on a big rant about the magic of cinema, Mickey Rooney.
Well, I mean, I want to come back to this question of the magic of cinema, but I think the time to do it is later when Mickey Rooney sings a huge song about how great Hollywood is.
Jesus Christ.
So I want to keep some powder dry.
Yeah. Also, there is zero way this amount of real estate in the basement of a busy city centre megaplex is not full of big silver bags of sweet popcorn.
Yes.
It's not, there's absolutely zero. They've got barely any room in the cinema as it is. That cinema is out, that basement, they're not going to let a weird man live in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he owned the land Is it supposed to be that he owned the land that the cinema was built on because his family owned the previous cinema that exploded? But did he does he still own the basement?
I don't think there's any agreement in place. I think he's just tolerated.
Right.
I think it would be more work to get rid of him, like asbestos.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but
it's more dangerous to remove him.
Accidents happen, don't they?
A big clown could fall on someone.
A big papier-mâché beef eater could fall on them.
Also, they find his hideout because Brian sort of lifts a raggedy old piece of cloth that looks like Gollum's loincloth, like to reveal a great...
I don't think they know he lives down there, maybe.
Is Movie Mason sort of crawling through the vents?
Is he a tombstone figure?
Yeah. Movie Mason is incomprehensible to me.
It's a cinema cryptid.
Yeah.
Just...
So... Back in the lobby, now that we've established once and for all that neither Sean nor Movie Mason...
Now that Movie Mason point blank questioned if he is the Phantom or not, responded with a long monologue about bathing children. Now that that's happened.
As innocent as the day is long. Back in the lobby, Sean's gone missing again. Everyone is clearing out the screens now, ready for the big premiere.
Yeah. They're almost empty. Martian Mountain still has 10 minutes left. It's a different movie to Merlin on Mars, apparently. Martian Mountain.
Martian Mountain and Merlin on Mars are different. Oh, maybe it's like how Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Of course.
Bugs
Parallel
Life and
thinking.
Ants. Yeah.
2 Mars movies in 1 year.
Exactly.
A woman in a yellow suit walks in. She asks to see the manager. She's Tori Hicks. No one's heard of her. But she has Madison Ashley Metz outside in her limo.
Good to meet a new character, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a new character.
Yeah.
Wanting to know when everyone will be getting this painfully amateur show on the road.
Yeah.
She says she's turned up early for the premiere and is mad that things aren't ready.
Yeah, so she threatens to take all her clients back to LA. She's just there to sort of give like an air of... She's just there to like add stress to the film. She's like yelling at these teens, being like, why isn't the premiere ready? And it's like, well, there are a bunch of teens in red bow ties.
Yeah. Also, it's not the time for the premiere because the films are still going.
Yeah. So I can't believe they're showing films in the day. It's like if you were getting married at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Being like, well, I'll work in the morning.
Yeah, I'll work till 12:30.
Yeah, I'll work till 12:30, 12 to 12:45, quick sandwich.
Yeah.
And then
quick salad bowl full of cereal.
Yeah.
And
then back to the chapel. Anyway, there's another calamity because Donny Holly, the bully, has pulled the sword out of the stone, and he wants the free passes that you get when you do this.
Yes.
He's making trouble. He's refusing to leave, even though everyone.
He wants to stay for the premiere as his prize instead.
Yeah.
Pete squares up to fight him, but the fire alarm goes off. A bunch of drenched people are leaving. The fire sprinklers went off, probably in a screen showing Rain Man or something.
It's floodgates.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
yeah, it's showing floodgates, and everyone has left.
Because they're
floodgates to me sounds like a political thriller.
Yeah, or a porno.
Yeah, a thrilling political porno.
Yeah, like the parallax view, but with more getting it on.
Yeah. So, the Pelican Brief. But with more Pelican briefs.
Pelican briefs. The Pelican's briefs.
Andy, there's got to be something more fashionable I can wear than this large crushed velvet cloak.
Have you considered pairing it with a featureless metal mask?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Where would I find one?
Well, probably not at insertcoinclothing.com, because while they do have a great selection of video game inspired t-shirts and other clothing, they don't currently sell featureless metal masks.
Well, I don't know. I haven't checked it recently. Let me check.
I mean, there was some of the characters in Death Stranding had metal masks.
Yeah, there must. Here we go. I'm checking the new arrival section.
Yeah.
What do we got? Oh, we got some Persona 4 jackets. They're pretty cool. Some Yakuza jackets. They're really good.
There's some good Overwatch ones as well. There's a really nice Diva jacket.
God of War, but I'm not going to bother though because there aren't any featureless masks actually. Hot damn! Look at this Gran Turismo t-shirt. Okay, I'm back in. Just when I thought I was out.
There's brand new Persona 4 Golden stuff has come in.
Lovely.
As well. A really nice sort of zip-up track jacket and a hoodie. So yeah, if you wanted to wear any of that while you were being a phantom, I imagine that would add a sort of like video gamey flair to your illegal activities.
Yeah, I imagine people would see me and go, oh no, a phantom. But wait, they're so fashionable because it looks like this phantom has been to Insert Coin, which you, listener, should also do. You owe it to yourself if you like video games to check out some of these designs because they really are very rad.
And if you visit insertcoinclothing.com and use the code Strife of Riley, you'll remember that the family in this film's surname is Riley. Pete and Karen and Brian all have the surname Riley. Strife of Riley. You will get 10% off online orders. Codes are not applicable on charity items, bundles, gift cards, postage, and some products at launch. Codes cannot be combined with other deals or promotions and are valid until the end of 2023.
Andy, I am struggling to put this movie's plot together. It doesn't seem to make any sense. I feel like all the pieces are all over the place.
It feels to me like you perhaps need more experience in puzzles.
Yes.
Luke, you seem to be a puzzle neophyte who can't figure out the riddles of the Phantom.
No, I can't. What am I to do?
Well, Luke, what I will say to you is it's probably not your fault because they don't make any kind of logical sense. But if you did want to try and train up that part of your brain, then why not check out the products of one of our other sponsors this week? That's right, it's Ravensburger Jigsaw Puzzles.
That's right, Ravensburger's premium quality puzzles are crafted with meticulous attention to detail, bringing you an unparalleled puzzle-solving experience. And I have to say, having watched Phantom of the Megaplex, I really feel like doing a puzzle would be genuinely soothing. It would all make sense, all the pieces would be there, it would be high quality, polished.
It would fit together in a way that makes sense.
It would fit together in a way that makes sense, and crucially, it would be enjoyable.
Regardless of your preferences or skill level, you'll find a jigsaw puzzle that suits you perfectly thanks to the wide range of imagery, themes, and piece counts available. Start small and work your way up to over 40,000 pieces. That's the Phantom of the Megaplex of jigsaw puzzles for you to work on there. Are you up for the challenge? Shop Ravensburger on Amazon today. Now, Luke, if I've been injured in a Phantom-related incident at work...
Not again.
Yeah, say, for example, a big wind machine blew me into the sky like Team Rocket, and I landed in a field.
Can happen.
Some half a mile away
Can happen.
from my place of work.
Can happen.
What do I do about seeing a medical professional if I'm, say, in the United States of America?
You're in the United States of America? Why didn't you say so?
Well, I mean, the fan did blow me very far. I went across the entire Atlantic Ocean. Somewhere in New Jersey, I think.
The first thing to do is walk until you see a signpost or a shop, find a newspaper, and if you're in the United States of America, then you should do the same thing that everyone in the United States of America should consider doing, and that is downloading the ZocDoc app. Because ZocDoc is a free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online, and we're talking about top-rated, patient-reviewed doctors who take your insurance. You can filter for that specifically, which is super useful, and make sure they're located near you. They treat almost any condition that you're searching for.
Okay, so I just need to find some sort of landmark that'll tell me where I am.
Yep.
I see Mothman. I must be in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's in the United States of America. I mean,
Yeah.
don't bother trying to find a doctor because Mothman is going to kill and eat you.
Ah, okay.
So,
All right.
like, there's no fix for that.
But if I were to survive, I could find a doctor who could treat being mauled by Mothman.
You don't consider it. You won't.
Okay. Don't get my hopes
You
up.
won't.
That's fine. So I will go to ZocDoc.com/MCC and I'll download the ZocDoc app for free. Then I'll find and book a top-rated doctor today, as long as I survive Mothman's terrible claws.
You won't. That's ZocDoc.com/MCC.
I might.
ZocDoc.com/MCC. He will take you apart at the joints, Andy. So, escaping the crowd, Pete finds Brian and Karen, who say that they've ID'd the Phantom.
That's right.
Guess who?
Yes, guess who it is?
It's Mel. It's Mel, the projectionist.
Based on nothing, they've decided it's Merle. Remember what he said about being underappreciated?
I honestly don't remember him saying that, but I'll take your word for it, kids.
Well, he was complaining about the automation earlier on.
Yeah, that's right. And
that was treated as sort of like anti-hard work griping, just like the union stuff.
Well, being a projectionist, it's a dying art.
Yeah.
So they lead Pete into one of the screens. They say that they were looking for Merle when they found this peculiar video looping in one of the screenings.
Yeah. So it's like a trailer, and it says mischief, madness, mayhem, midnight mayhem. It started as a movie, but now it's real. And then a devil laughs and then shatters. It's like the inside of a fractured mind.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
And that's it. It's a 10-second trailer for nothing.
It's just looping over and over again.
Yeah.
The kids reckon that Merle is the only one tech savvy enough to have put this together.
Rigged up something like this.
Mischief, madness, mayhem, midnight mayhem. It started as a movie, but now it's real.
This trailer, it's been running over and over in here. Who else but Merle could rig up something like this?
Who else but him could do any of it? Brian says the lights and projectors are tied to the computers up there.
Yeah, but Merle's not gonna risk his job to do something stupid like this. He's been here forever.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he finally wants to be appreciated and recognized.
Brian thinks that maybe Merle just wants to be recognised and appreciated, like Willie Gaines in The Last Woodcarver.
Why are they doing this with the fake films? It means nothing.
This is the thing they settled on. They were going, maybe Mum corrects everyone's grammar, maybe something the other thing, but they stuck with the movie titles because they think it's cute.
But when you say, like, sometimes if the film that you're referencing is clearly enough of a reference to an existing film that you can sort of draw the analogy that you can figure out what they're trying to get at. But just like Willie Gaines in The Last Woodcarver, that doesn't mean The Last Woodcarver doesn't suggest to me unappreciated. Like they could have done a parody of what's the one with Michael Douglas where he stops his car
falling down.
Falling down. They could have called it like Tumbling Down.
Yeah.
Just like,
or I mean, just reference Falling Down. You're allowed to reference movies in movies.
Yeah, I don't know. The Last Woodcarver.
Also, there's loads of woodcarvers still. What's that film about?
Well, it's post-apocalyptic.
Oh, okay.
There's only one.
Fine.
A virus has ripped through the woodcarver community.
It's a very specific woodcarver disease.
A wood termite has mutated, and it now can get.
Now it carves people.
Okay.
A big termite.
I'm just saying, people. Like the idea of a person with like woodworm that's actual horror movie fodder. TM, do not steal.
Yeah. Pete thinks it wouldn't hurt to check out Merle, so they go to the projection gallery. Merle is there. What are you doing over there, Phantom? Says Brian.
Confrontationally.
He says he's actually working his buns off.
Yeah.
Trying to shut the trailer down. He's trying to shut this terrible trailer down.
Yeah, for some reason, it's beyond the wit of man, or at least beyond the wit of Merle, to stop this devil trailer playing.
He can't figure out how it got onto the reels. And he can't figure out how it... This is a professional projectionist.
Unplug it, Merle.
Yeah, that would work. Put a book in front of the lens. That would stop it.
Hit it
with a hammer.
There's so many ways to stop this, Merle. But yeah, no, he can't stop this shattering devil playing. So Brian accuses Merle of manufacturing this problem just so that he can fix it and save the day.
Yes.
But he's interrupted by his sister Karen pointing down through the little glass window in the projection room, down to the theatre, where, oh look, the Phantom is visible.
Yeah, in his robes.
The Phantom, he's down there in his crushed velvet robes.
Doing something with pipes.
He's moving some big bits of duct tubing around, just in a terrifying way.
The pipes, they run down there to try and catch him. It turns out the pipes are a fog machine and the theatre is filling with fog.
What I think is good about this is that they're all up in the projection suite.
Please tell me. I really want to hear what's good about it.
They're up in the projection suite and they all look out the window and they're like, hey, there's that mysterious masked and hooded figure who's been messing everything up. Let's go down and get him. And Merle just watches the kids go. Mm-hmm. It's like, good luck to him.
It's like, well, that's not my job. Also, the kid just called him a phantom to his face.
That's true. But there's like an actual terrifying stranger down there.
I'd be like, man, looks like you've got a real problem there, kid.
It does not fall under the remit of projectionist.
I'd help you, but I'm too much of a phantom.
Yeah. I'd help you, but the union says I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm taking one of my breaks.
Yeah, I'm taking one of my union-mandated breaks. The music sort of does a sinister sting. Organised labour.
Walt Disney shakes his head from beyond the grave.
Walt Disney in hell shakes his head. Furious.
So the Phantom has rigged a smoke machine.
Yeah. Pete turns it off.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thereby outfoxing the Phantom. Pete says, okay, siblings, look, maybe with all your movie knowledge, you both know more than I do. How are we going to find out who the Phantom really is? And Brian thinks before giving the most decom answer to a question possible when he says, Is anybody around this place hooked up to the internet?
Nice.
Yeah,
nothing seen of George and Mum trying to get their car fixed. She thinks the kids are dead. We cut to the kids and Brian and Karen and Pete. They're all walking around and talking. Brian explains that everything the Phantom has done tonight has had to do with the plot of the movie showing. It hasn't, but whatever. If they want to know what's going to happen in the premiere of Midnight Mayhem, they're going to need to find out the plot of Midnight Mayhem on the internet.
But Pete's like, the plot is a closely guarded secret. Karen scoffs. Isn't he cute when he's naive?
Ever heard of spoiler sites on the internet? Says Brian.
Every secret Hollywood has, these guys know.
Yeah.
Says Brian.
They go in
of early noughties movie bloggers.
Of ain'titcoolnews.com. So they go into Sean's office to use his internet computer. He's not there. Or is he? His corpse is tied and gagged on the back of the door like Henry Winkler in Scream.
So it's important to set the scene here. They creep into the office. They find it empty. There is a creaking sound behind them. They spin to see. The door swings shut. Sean is blindfolded, handcuffed, gagged with duct tape, hanging by his suit from the back of the door.
Yeah.
They scream, obviously.
Because there's no way he's alive.
Yeah, this is terrifying.
So Sean is actually alive. He got jumped and tied up again. Meanwhile, Brian is on the sweet-looking Midnight Mayhem website. It's got a dinosaur JPEG on it.
Yeah,
it looks sweet as hell.
Well, he's presumably on a sort of on an illegal movie blog,
an illegal movie spoiler blog.
Yeah, that's leaking the illegal spoilers.
Yeah. Lacey runs in to tell them that Niedermeyer's limo is on the approach.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sean says that we have to act like everything's perfect. The doors swing open, and in come the Hollywood phonies. Mr. Niedermeyer is dressed like a Victorian undertaker for some reason.
We meet Mr. Tyler Jessamine, who is Morris from 24, if you watched 24. Sean is honoured to meet these celebs, as he would be because he's scum and they're celebs.
Yeah.
He gets a crushing handshake from Mr. Tyler Jessamine. Sean says, we could not possibly have it under more under control.
Yeah.
And then a balloon ribbon drops down into frame. Racy Lacey, whose thing is moving fast, before anyone can act, grabs it and pulls it. And oh no, brings the whole balloon drop down on the assembled Hollywood stars.
Yes.
Except they're all water balloons.
It turns out that somehow the Phantom got all the balloons down, filled them with water, and then replaced them in the ceiling.
Yep.
He simply did that. Simply did that easy task.
Simply did that in a crowded, busy multiplex.
Simply got 50 or 60 helium balloons down from the ceiling, let out all the helium, filled them with water, got them back into the ceiling somehow, even though they're now full of heavy water instead of helium.
A pulley system? You would need
Possibly.
several men.
Yeah.
Just to so this is all happening in the lobby of the multiplex. So imagine you walk into the lobby of a multiplex and look up, and this is where the balloon drop happens. So the idea that the old switcheroo for helium to water can happen here is mind-boggling.
It's impossible, but let's not dwell on that.
No.
We cut to Pete reading movie spoilers.
Yes.
At the big climax of Midnight Mayhem, the Mayhem monster traps a bunch of kids in the school auditorium, then starts growing so big he completely sucks the air out of the place.
Okay.
Says Brian.
Okay.
Let's go warn Pete that something like this will happen.
Okay. I would 100% watch Midnight Mayhem. Let's say the plot again is the Mayhem monster traps a bunch of kids in the school auditorium. Already good.
Yeah.
But then starts growing so big he completely sucks the air out of the place.
This is like a 5-year-old story that they tell. I wrote a story, Uncle Andrew.
What is it?
I'd love to hear it.
It's Phantom of the Megaplex. I don't know if
the
this is good.
grows...
Eisner's bought it. Okay.
Unfortunately, Eisner was pressed against the window and he heard every word.
Eisner sprints in, snatches it out of your nephew's hand.
No. Get back here, Eisner.
Air it.
Too late.
Air it, quick.
You lose. It's on the Disney Channel.
And this bit's gold. He starts growing so big he completely sucks the air out of the place.
And then he grows so big he
completely
drinks
the
all the air. He breathes in all the air and there's no air for anyone else to breathe the air.
What do you mean? He
Okay.
grows so...
All right, no more refined sugar for you.
He grows so big, he completely sucks the air out of the place.
I don't know what that means.
It must... Like,
is it an airtight school
an
auditorium?
airtight auditorium.
What does that mean?
Okay, Godzilla is in an airtight auditorium.
I mean, the radiation damage these kids would be taking is...
Yeah, they're dead long term, for sure. Short term, I guess. Godzilla draws in a breath to do his atomic breath weapon.
Sure.
I guess that air leaves the room.
Yeah. But I mean, there's still air coming in from outside unless it's an airtight auditorium.
Could there be a monster so big that when it breathes, it sucks all the air out of Earth?
I mean...
Andy's pinching his nose.
If it would have to be some kind of mayhem monster, I think.
Yeah. And it would have to start growing so big.
I mean, this is where we start to kind of grasp the edges of the scale of the cinematic ambition of Mr. Tyler Jessamine, who again is an asshole-ish looking guy in a grey sharkskin coat.
Yeah. So, Brian says, you know that the Phantom's going to try something like it. Going to try growing so big he sucks all the air.
Sorry, Brian. The Phantom's going to try something like growing so big he sucks the air out of the place.
Completely sucks the air out of the place.
Completely sucks. Okay, so let's warn Pete that something like this will happen.
On the way out, Karen, who is in a point-and-click adventure, spots a small key on the floor. Ooh, she picks it up. Back in the lobby, more drama. It turns out the extremely expensive inflatable mayhem monster has been removed from the roof. Tori Hicks, the sort of PR woman, is like, hey, look, are we doing this premiere or what?
Yeah.
And Niedermeyer is like, okay, open those doors now, Sean, ready or not. But, nightmare. Outside, Movie Mason has gotten onto the red carpet.
Somehow, Movie Mason is loose.
Movie Mason normally
slipped his bonds.
Normally he merely bothers cinema goers, but now he's bothering celebrities because he's on the red carpet. He's the only person on the red carpet. There are loads of people, loads of photographers outside the multiplex, and he's there singing twee songs about the golden age of Hollywood to all the photographers.
He's singing "Hooray for Hollywood."
Yeah, he's singing
the old standard.
He's singing.
You may be homely in your neighborhood, but if you think that you can be an actor, see Mr. Factor, all that
Here's
stuff.
Something. Let's hear a little bit.
Hooray for Hollywood, that phony super coney Hollywood. They come from Chillicothe and Paducas with their bazookas to get their name up in lights. Hooray for Hollywood.
This is elder abuse, making Mickey Rooney do this at this time of his life.
Okay, at this point, I want to sort of sidebar because I find the fawning reverence for old Hollywood bizarre enough anyway. It's so weird in this movie. So
have you tried to watch a film from the 1940s? They're all, without exception, all garbage.
The thing that I find weird about it, okay, Mickey Rooney in real life.
Yeah,
this is true. This is from Judy Garland's autobiography. Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland were forced by the movie studios that owned them to take pep pills to make them work 72 hours in a row. Then they were taken to a studio hospital and given sleeping pills to knock them out, woken up 4 hours later to take more pep pills and do another 72-hour stretch. Judy Garland was kept on a diet of chicken soup, black coffee, cigarettes, and pills. And now we've...
Hooray for Hollywood.
And now we've got actual Mickey Rooney, who this happened to...
Yeah, 80 years old, can't sing or really move.
Hooray for Hollywood.
Hooray for Hollywood. In the clip you just heard, you can hear the strained quality of the voice of this 80-year-old man being, I assume, cattle prodded through this song and dance number in a Disney Channel original movie when he should be at home surrounded by his loved ones. It's again, probably on pet pills.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. It's nuts. And also, like, for this to be the vehicle to express your love for the golden age of Hollywood, like Phantom of the Megaplex.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, this film is, but they can't even mention real films.
No. And this isn't a film. It's a TV movie.
Yeah, Yeah, this isn't going in the cinema. This famously isn't going to be in the cinema.
It deliberately isn't going. It's being broadcast on television.
There's an argument to say TV movies were really hurting the cinema industry.
It goes on for so long, and it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Madison Ashley Metz steps out of her limo. It turns out she is friends with Movie Mason.
Yeah.
Sean came out to berate Movie Mason for being old and singing near his celebrities, but he's saved by this movie star. Turns out that she grew up in this town. She practically grew up in this theatre, and Movie Mason was the one who encouraged her to become an actress, and now he is her escort for the evening.
Well, if you will take the advice of the man who lives in the basement of the local cinema,
you should be an actress.
You got the X Factor.
Please let me out of this basement.
Call Mr. Factor.
He'd make a monkey look good.
So, the premiere's in full swing. Sean has been embarrassed in front of Ashley Madison
Metz.
Meanwhile, the three siblings sprint up to the roof.
Yeah, so they can't find the roof key. Karen is like, "Is it this key I picked up?" Pete says yes. So they run up to the roof.
Mm-hmm.
They open the hatch. They go out and start investigating. The dinosaur balloon is gone. We see the Phantom sort of swoosh. He's wearing a mask. This is the first time we see he's wearing a sort of featureless silver mask.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Kind of, effectively creepy looking.
Pete tells the brother and sister that the three of them make an impressive team. They all hug. And then the Phantom jumps on them, covers them in a big sheet, ties them up, laughs, and runs off. "We've been phantomized," says Brian.
Ah, come here.
Guys, what just happened?
I'm betting we've been phantomized.
Yeah.
Also, we should mention that the kids, Mum and George, have made their way into the cinema as well. So they're in play now as well.
So they've arrived. They're just trying to find their children.
They've seen Smart House power duo Katie Seagal and LeVar Burton, but they haven't seen their own kids.
This is the only genuinely good thing in this film, I think.
The Smart House reference.
The fact that they say, we've seen Katie Seagal and LeVar Burton, but we can't find a the Smart House director and star. Like, what a
name drop. What a sudden moment of remembering Smart House. That was good, wasn't it?
Smart House was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mum finds Hillary Honey and says, "Hey, Hillary Honey, where are my children?" Hillary Honey has no idea.
She's like, "Oh,
I don't know."
So up on the roof, the kids are blindly shuffling across the rooftop.
Which is a bad idea.
Yeah, very bad idea. They shuffle over to a valve. They sort of fall over.
Yep.
We'll come back to that, I suppose. In the auditorium, everyone takes their seats. Tyler Jessamine takes to the stage with a microphone. "Let the mayhem begin," he says. And in the balcony, the mayhem monster balloon starts inflating and making growling sounds.
Yeah, there's a sort of a inexplicable growling noise, bearing in mind what's happening is an inflatable dinosaur. It's kind of so like
inflated.
This sort of star-studded premiere actually is not even filling this one screen because it's got a downstairs.
The balcony is free.
It's got a balcony that they haven't put anyone in, and the balcony is filling up with inflatable T-Rex basically, and it sort of flops down onto the crowd
and starts killing everyone.
Well, like it sort of flops onto them, obviously harmlessly because it's just an inflatable T-Rex. But the director sort of goes in its mouth a bit.
It's caught in its terrible jaws,
and is going, everyone is screaming for absolutely no reason.
Yeah,
like
the jaw locks around Tyler Jessamine. The claws sort of kill the son-in-law, who's going to be the new manager. Up on the roof, the kids are undoing the rope that they're tied with by sort of rubbing it against a valve somehow.
Fine,
sure, whatever.
Back in the theatre, an usher is trying to evacuate everyone, but from behind a wall bursts an equally massive inflatable King Kong. They run in another direction, but an equally massive inflatable, what looks to be like a skinless Shrek kind of
Yeah,
bursts out.
there's a sort of ape, there's a pig, there's all these Where did these inflatables come from? Don't know.
Don't know, not important.
So the kids who have freed themselves, they
run
go up to the balcony.
downstairs. Well,
Movie Mason is there. He says that they need the sword from the stone because there's nothing else sharp in this cinema, I guess because of Movie Mason. So they go and get that. And then Pete jumps from the balcony with the sword, pierces the monster balloon. It deflates and everyone cheers.
So, yeah. Pete, what you'd think you would do if you're Pete is to go into the bottom of the auditorium where the dinosaur is, pierce the big inflatable ass of skinless Shrek on the way, walk through that, and then deflate the big dinosaur. But he doesn't. No, he risks his life jumping off the balcony.
He launches himself off the balcony.
Yeah.
It's all flying crossbody.
Yeah. He bravely stabs it over and over again in the spine.
Yeah.
And it sort of deflates onto the crowd. That's way more dangerous to have a very heavy...
Yeah, suddenly collapse on everyone.
Yeah, like imagine being trapped underneath a bouncy castle that was like deflating. Like that's, that kind of like really thick canvasy sort
That's
of
when you suffocate.
material.
Get rid of the ape blocking the door.
Yeah.
Get everyone out and then burst the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Phantom opens the curtain and sees what's going on.
There's an organ sting when this happens. It's like...
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Brian sees what's happening and points and the Phantom flees. Behind the screen in silhouette, the Phantom and Pete start fighting. They're having this big sort of dramatic fight. The Phantom is climbing up the side, sort of punching and kicking Pete. All the audience are just sort of watching this happen as this 17-year-old boy is getting his ass kicked behind the screen.
By a masked attacker.
They're like swinging on ropes and things, and everyone's like, oh, I hope Pete wins.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't. Never mind.
Why won't anyone help? Pete is being beaten to death. They crash through the screen. Pete has somehow got the upper hand on the Phantom. And then with incredible import, he unmasks the Phantom, and we find out it's Sean. What?
Let's hear Sean explain why he did this to Niedermeyer.
Not only are you fired and banned from these premises for life, but I'll ensure that you never again work in any theater in any city in this state. Is that clear, McNall?
MacGibbon. MacGibbon! For once in your life, get it right! My name is Sean MacGibbon. And I did all of this tonight just so you would finally notice me. But you don't care. You've never cared. You think LaMonica will be a better GM than I will? So be it. But don't come crying to me when you find out that you're wrong.
Okay, you just heard Sean explain why he did this. It does not explain how he did this.
Anything he did.
Okay, shall we? Should we wrap up the film?
Yeah.
And then come back to this?
All right, fine. So obviously Sean is fired. He's also banned from working in this state, I guess. He did all this so that Niedermeyer would finally notice him. Pete realizes that he should lighten up in life a little. He got a grim vision of his future where if he continues to work in the cinema, he'll become a Phantom. Tyler Jesserman pitches a Phantom of the Megaplex film to Sean. So things worked out pretty well for Sean, despite...
Yeah, right.
The only reason he's not in jail for killing 3 kids is they hopped the correct way on a rooftop.
Yeah, right.
So he's a movie producer now, I guess.
Yeah. Niedermeyer gives Pete some cash to go on a date because he actually offers Pete Sean's job because Sean's been fired. But Pete, he says, actually, you know what? I just want the rest of the night off. So Niedermeyer gives him some cash to go on a date.
Yeah.
He says, here's some money because you saved my evening. Even though he really didn't. The Phantom's plan went off like a charm because all of those Hollywood celebrities were like splattered with water and then crushed under a T-Rex. That really happened. So
yeah,
I don't know.
George proposes to the mum with a bunch of shitty plant metaphors. He doesn't have a ring, but Movie Mason, for some reason, has an enormous diamond ring on him. I have props around for emergencies, he says. George says, will you marry me? The entire auditorium, including Mickey Rooney, about 2 feet away from her face, are sort of nodding and mouthing yes at this woman. And she sort of like goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, hooray for Hollywood.
And the gang goes into the premiere to watch the film again.
Yep. As he goes in, Movie Mason grabs Brian by the shoulders and says, "The Phantom of the Megaplex is nothing compared to the power of the werewolf of the Megaplex." And then a wolf howls and the movie ends. What?
Okay. Needless to say, the film is bad.
Needless to say.
What I want to do is just to try and talk through...
All I want to do.
Okay, now we know that Sean McGibbon is the Phantom. I want to talk through the timeline of events from his point of view.
I would love nothing more.
From the beginning of the film. So let's try and piece this together. I'm scrolling all the way back up to the top of my Google Doc.
Well, okay, for a start, this is all a response to him getting passed over for the promotion.
Yes, which happens approximately sort of 4 hours before
I would say 4 hours before this all happens is when he finds out.
Yes.
There's enough time for Pete to go home, have a bowl of cereal, and come back to the cinema.
Yeah.
So that was his planning phase.
Yeah.
With no prior warning.
No.
He had to plan this entire operation in about 4 hours. And I mean, this required a lot of equipment. Presumably during that 4 hours was when he went out and bought the cloak and the mask.
Yep. So what's the first thing that goes wrong? It's
the candy machine.
The candy machine. How?
Again, not entirely sure. It is attributed to the Phantom.
The Phantom weakens the
structural latches
on the okay. All right. So well, to be fair to Sean, he could have done that in the 4 hour gap when the shifts were changing, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe the cinema was closed for those hours and then it opens again in the afternoon. So let's
with the balloons, we're told that Sean did set up the balloons, and that's the first time we hear the spooky laugh. So it is possible that he filled all those balloons with water the first time. He didn't replace them.
But that would have been, if I'm right, before he got the bad news. Is that right?
Yes, I'm not sure. Yes.
So he would have filled them with water, then got the bad news, and then been like, well, then I'm glad I filled them with water to humiliate Hollywood.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so that all checks out.
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense.
Perfect good sense.
After the popcorn goes wrong, what's the next thing?
The queues being enormous, but that's just because Movie Mason...
yes, but Sean... So Sean gives Movie Mason the job.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's too big. Hang on, wait a minute. Did Sean make... What are the kids' names? Craig and Randy are sick and Jenna is simply lost in the ozone.
Yeah. Did he lose Jenna in the ozone?
Did he poison Craig and Randy?
We have to assume Craig and Randy are dead.
We have to assume, yes. Okay, so...
Smash cut to Craig and Randy's house, blood spattered up the walls.
Okay, so then the next thing that we know the Phantom does is, well, he fires Movie Mason, which is an odd thing to do because Movie Mason is ruining things.
Is making things worse.
He's making things worse, so it's weird that then Sean fires him. Unless he's deliberately trying to throw the scent off of himself by establishing a motive for Movie Mason.
Yes. Okay, so the next thing that happens is the infinite popcorn.
Now.
Well.
The infinite popcorn, and if I'm right, by this point, Sean has disappeared.
Yes.
So the Phantom, it can't be Sean, it has to be the Phantom.
Yeah.
Has to get to the popcorn machine, make it do infinite popcorn.
Simply turn it to this setting that makes it do infinite popcorn.
Yeah. But that's fine because he's only just getting started.
Yeah. But then immediately on the heels of that is glimpses of Genevieve going out of focus.
Yes. Now that he has to do live. He can't have set that up beforehand, right?
Yeah.
So he's got to get up to the projection room and sort of just mess with the projector.
Yeah.
And he's got to do that without Merle seeing him.
Yes.
But
also, he's in the corridors doing spooky laughs while Brian is moving between screens.
Yes, because we see his eyes through the
Farmer Brown
goes
standee.
to town standee. Yeah.
Yes.
And then, I think shortly after that, most troublingly, he goes to, like, the basement.
Yeah. Gags himself. Ties himself to a chair somehow.
Does he have to be like? He doesn't have to know. He doesn't actually have to have been knocked out, does he? He could be lying about that.
He could be lying about that. He does have to bind his hands with electrical tape behind his back
That's difficult.
On a chair.
That's difficult.
hard.
He doesn't have a confidant. He doesn't have, like, there's no one else who could be working with him, right?
Yeah, it's not Scream. He's not got Matthew Lillard in the same outfit.
Yeah.
Running around the theatre.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, he's also made it so that the lights go berserk in cut to black.
Yes.
So...
Also, a fog machine got delivered and he stole the fog machine and stashed it somewhere.
Where, though?
I'm
pretty sure we see every room in this megaplex.
Yeah.
Also, let's say for 1 minute that Sean can bind himself with ropes and gag himself with duct tape.
Sure.
Why does he do it? He doesn't know that Pete and Brian are going to come and find him, or even that anyone's looking.
Well, he knows that the velvet ropes are down there, so someone will have to come and get those because they need them.
I mean, it's a stretch.
Yeah.
I think to be like, of course, my feckless teen employees will of course realise, oh no, the velvet ropes, we better go get them.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when they're going to realise the velvet ropes aren't there, and he's got an awful lot to do before this point.
I love it. It's like Jigsaw in the first Scream film. He's just lying in a pool of fake blood.
Yeah,
for the entire movie.
I bet he sort of got himself all set up there, like bound duct tape. However he did it, he sort of tied himself up and was like, "All right,
man, I reckon I've got about 30 minutes of oxygen."
I reckon he sort of let 10 minutes go by, and then he was like, I sort of thought they'd be along by now.
Yeah, I thought I trained them better than this.
Legs have gone dead. I'm gonna have to start like rocking back and forth just to keep the blood flow going. But if I hear a noise of the door opening, I'll go limp, so that when they find me, I can be groggy.
So they free him, and it's immediately after this that he drags the fan out in front of Cyclone Summer.
I'm pretty sure it's at the exact same time that he's giving a pep talk outside the cinema, isn't it? He's like, he rallies the troops. He's like, there's only one out of the premiere. We must find out who's doing this. Why set them all onto the task of trying to find out who's doing this?
Trying to find the Phantom. Just dismiss it as rumour.
I don't know. But yeah, at around this time, the fan... So yeah, he must go, we've got to find this Phantom. I am going to the wind machine. Puts it up, gets it on the escalator, takes it upstairs.
Do you think he was transporting this stuff as Sean or as the Phantom? Because you could probably pass, if you're like the cinema manager and anyone who sees you with a big industrial fan, be like,
absolutely,
yeah, I'm the manager.
Absolutely, but a lot of this film hinges on the fact that no one can find Sean, so it all falls to Pete.
Yeah.
If Sean was there, Sean would be the one being asked to go and, find Merle, fix projectors, popcorn machine, etc., etc., etc. It's sort of important to the whole film that Pete is the most senior person in the cinema. Every single scene, somebody runs up to Pete and is like, Pete, oh my God, you won't believe what's happening now. So, like, I don't think Sean can be just sort of visible around.
So it's at this point that he tries to put everyone onto Movie Mason as the Phantom suspects.
Good idea.
He doesn't do anything for a while, and then he vanishes again.
Yeah.
And okay. Oh yeah, this is the point where he has cut together a new version of the Midnight Mayhem trailer
with a shattering devil.
Not
just that, he's installed it on the computers up in the projection room
in a way that the professional projectionist can't figure out how it was done and can't figure out how to stop it.
Yeah, he's outmaneuvered and outprogrammed fusty old Merle.
Yeah.
But then they okay.
I don't think this is footage from the film because every description of Midnight Mayhem talks about the Mayhem monster, and it's a sort of dinosaur, and that's it. At no point does it mention this devil character. So, is this original footage that Sean shot?
But a devil
during his lunch break, edited it together.
During his very busy lunch break. Yeah, I think.
What is the film about?
I think we have to assume yes. So then he goes to the stairwell and runs around, because that's when he's next seen by Brian and Karen, right?
Yeah.
They sort of see him down there, and he's everywhere he goes, he's laughing.
Yeah.
Even though he's presumably trying to evade notice all the time.
He sets off the fog machines for reasons that are opaque to me.
Yep.
Probably to him.
Yep. I guess he bought himself some time when he sort of accused movie Mason, potentially.
So he filled the theatre that was showing his weird devil trailer with fog.
Why?
That
theatre is empty.
Is there not a movie? Were they not showing John Carpenter's The Fog?
He must have, but he must have been planning to deploy that fog machine because he stashed the fog machine, and so he must have stashed it in that theatre because you cannot move a fog machine.
Well, it's probably they were getting a fog machine for a thing, and he was like, I bet I could use that on one of the films. And then he went through all the films, and none of them had fog in. He was like, oh, bollocks, I can't. All right, fine, I'll just put it in this.
Fine, I'll just make my own trailer with a devil.
With a devil.
We'll make that room all foggy.
Yeah.
That'll make Niedermeyer notice me.
That'll get me the manager's job. Anyway.
I mean, we haven't even moved on to what he hopes to achieve with all this. So, here's the chain of events. The Phantom turns on the fog machine.
Yes.
The next thing that the kids do is turn off the fog machine and run to Sean's office because they need his laptop, which means that Sean, as the Phantom, must turn on the fog machine, run as fast as he can to his office, and hang himself up on the back of his door.
His own door. Handcuffed.
Blindfolded. Gagged with duct tape again.
Sean is history's greatest escapologist, a Houdini-level performer. How has he done this?
I don't know.
Also, at some point during this, he had to go on the internet and look up the plot of Midnight
he had to
Mayhem.
get the spoilers. And then delete his browsing history so Brian didn't realise it had already been searched for.
They were hot on the heels of the Phantom. They didn't know where he was going.
Yeah.
But coincidentally, they went exactly where the Phantom went.
Yeah. Hang on. What? Surely Sean didn't think he would be found in his office.
No. Why would they go to his office?
That's such a big. He's like, next the kids will look up the plot of Movie Mayhem, I imagine, and for that they'll need the internet, and there's an internet computer in my office.
There's only one computer hooked up to the internet.
I know what
in
I'll
this
do.
cinema.
I think I'll hang myself from the back of my door.
I think we have to consider the possibility that this was just some recreation time for Sean. This is what he's into. He didn't expect to be interrupted.
Boy, all of this phantoming is... Sure.
Gets my motor running. Oh no, Sean, you've been tied up again. Oh yes. Thank heavens you kids are here to save me.
So in his panic, at this point, he drops the key on the floor. This is the key to the roof, where he's already been and removed an enormous dinosaur.
Yeah, and he's already on when the kids get up there.
Yes!
Somehow, even though it's locked.
Okay, so when you
in his Phantom costume.
When you see the size of this dinosaur, how could he possibly have got up on the roof and deflated it quickly?
It's so big that even deflated, you wouldn't be able to lift it.
No, it would go on the back of a flatbed truck.
Yeah.
Farmer Brown would take it to town.
It would weigh 150 kilograms easily.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah. He not only gets it off the roof and downstairs, but then
through a narrow hatch and down some attic stairs.
But then he maneuvers it to the balcony and rigs it to
unseen by anyone,
and rigs it to inflate. Even though all the while this is happening, he's actually downstairs at the entrance to the Megaplex, shaking the hand of the director.
This only works with I think we have to consider the possibility he has an accomplice that we don't see.
One accomplice? No way. 10 accomplices, perhaps.
A team of accomplices.
10 Darren Browns is what this takes.
10 masters of misdirection.
Yeah. All working in perfect concert.
Oh my god. An Ocean's 11 heist crew.
Yeah. You know what? This is why when Sean's busted, he's like, you got me, because he knows that the other 9 Seans are off in a hot air balloon, escaping with the money or something.
Yeah. Stabbing Mr. Niedermeyer.
Escaping with the promotion.
It's now you see it, and Woody Harrelson is on a magical carousel.
There's so many things I don't understand. Why does he drop... When he drops water all over the Hollywood phonies, he's there as well and gets all wet.
He gets water all on him.
And yet the Phantom isn't wet later.
So... It does seem like movie Mason singing "Hooray for Hollywood" is part of his plan to ruin everyone's evening, though. He unleashed movie Mason on the crowd.
It's just the scale at which this does not make sense.
Yeah,
is it makes me so angry.
It's
not even like
the backspace key is.
I don't see how he could do it. It's like
it's on order.
Everyone watching this would turn to whoever they were with and go, "But hang on,
how on earth could he have done any of this?"
Oh man, if I wasn't so annoyed, I would love to like sit down with a pen and paper and like actually map out the timeline of events, just to see how many things there are that indisputably Sean and the Phantom are doing at the same time.
And his end goal for this is I mean, all that his actions are doing is proving that he's a bad cinema manager because he's allowing this Phantom to run amok.
Yeah. So presumably his goal is to not get caught and for everyone to believe that a Phantom haunted the premiere. How does this benefit Sean?
Is
Niedermeyer going to go, wow, this Phantom really ran amok? Sean, we need all hands on deck.
The way that Niedermeyer perceives everything that's happening is as a failing of Sean for failing to control this Phantom.
It's also worth noting that Niedermeyer only sees about 30% of the Phantom's mischief. The whole goal is to show Niedermeyer some mischief. Niedermeyer shows up right at the end of the film and sees some mischief.
Yeah.
The Phantom has been like doing a load of bonkers BS just to ordinary people in the cinema. Why?
And then at the end of the film, he's like, this was just to get you to notice me, Mr. Niedermeyer. Because Niedermeyer gets his name wrong a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of like Frank Grimes thing where he just sort of snaps.
But how would you, if your plan worked and you weren't unmasked, how would you be noticed?
Yeah. I created a shadowy alter ego that I hoped to keep secret.
Is he planning
so you would notice me?
Is he planning a bit where, as the Phantom, he runs behind the cinema screen, then pops out again like Mrs. Doubtfire as Sean and goes, "I'll get the Phantom!
I'll get the Phantom!"
And then comes back with the cloak and says, "Damn, the ghost got away, but I got his cloak. We won't be having any more mischief from that Phantom," to rapturous applause.
Yeah, or, quietly smothers Pete in a toilet cubicle.
Yeah.
And then
Pete was the Phantom.
Yeah, I had to smother the Phantom. It was Pete.
I sadly had to smother him. Before I smothered him, he confessed it all.
He confessed and said that I should be cinema manager.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Sean, that's terrifying. I'm so sorry you had to smother Pete. Just one question. Yeah. When Pete was telling you he was the Phantom, did he explain how it was possible that he was the Phantom?
Did he explain how he moved a 150-kilogram balloon off the roof and into a cinema through a hatch that was no more than 3 feet wide?
While he was doing many other things at the exact same moment with witnesses?
Did he explain how he dragged a huge wind machine in front of an auditorium of 300 people looking directly at him? Oh my God. Hooray for Hollywood.
Films can really teach you something.
If you think about it, films can tell you stuff.
About it, films are good.
Films have taught me that the Phantom of the Megaplex sucks.
It sucks so bad. Okay, thank you everyone who's been emailing the show. Katie, you emailed the show. I'm addressing you now directly, Katie.
Katie, what on earth were you thinking?
Thank you, Katie, for your email. On the subject of ready to run. Sorry, I genuinely had to
confidence.
I genuinely went back and forth trying to remember which was real. Not confidence of horses, ready to run. Katie says, as someone who's worked with horses her whole adult life, part of that time as an equine vet tech, let me put your mind at ease and say that no insurance company would pay out on that horse. A vet has to sign off on a horse being put down as being, quote, medically necessary, and clearly that vet would not, nor should they, since the horse wasn't even limping and went galloping off later that day.
Yep.
Katie, thank you also for providing some horse facts. Here are some horse facts, Andy.
Okay, great.
Horses cannot vomit.
Okay.
Horses can only breathe through their noses. They cannot physically breathe through their mouths.
Oh, that's okay. That's tough on them, considering all the running they have to do.
There you go. And most white horses are actually called grey. They start out brown or even black when they're born, gradually lightening as they age.
Yeah, knew that one.
No, you didn't. All right.
Did.
Okay. Well, I've got another email I want to read you. This one's from Brandon. Dear Andy and Luke, your talk about ordering the exact meal name from restaurants reminded me of this cafe I heard about in California called Cafe Gratitude. Take a look at this menu.
Okay.
And imagine the sheer shame of trying to buy brunch.
Right.
So, Andy, I'm going to send you now a PDF of this menu, and I want you to tell me what you will be ordering. Okay, Andy, so that's with you now.
Yep, got it.
This is the menu for Cafe Gratitude in California. I want you to imagine that you are sat at the table.
Uh-huh.
The waiter comes over.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there, what can I get you this morning?
I'll just have the avocado toast, please.
We have a lot of things with avocado in it. I'm sorry. Could you which one is that? Could you just
the smashed avocado toast?
Could you point to it on
I'm pointing I'm just pointing at it here.
Ah, yes, I see where you're pointing.
Yeah.
Yes, you're pointing just here under
The smashed avocado toast,
yeah,
please.
You're pointing
for $16.25. Jesus.
And Andy, what would you say if across from you there's me and I go, "What did you have, Andy?"
I had the smashed avocado toast, Luke. That's what I'm.
Where's that on the menu? Can you point
here
to
it is. I'm pointing at it.
Oh yeah, that looks good. I'll have the I am peaceful, please. Anything to drink, sir?
$16.25. I'm not peaceful.
These things are such good names. There's a watermelon poke starter called I Am Next Level.
Oh my god. There's a Mexican bowl called Yo Soy Mucho. That's a shame.
There's a Pumfu Greek salad called I Am Cleansed. I Am Activated, which is an open-faced curried chickpea salad sandwich.
Yeah.
I am activated.
For almost $20, I'm activated.
What's the most expensive thing on this menu? I think it might be the I am bountiful. No,
it's the I am sensational crispy soba salad at $21 American dollars.
No, $22.50 for I am Kancha gratitude Japanese bowl.
Well, there you go.
I am whole. It's a macrobiotic bowl.
I am going to McDonald's.
Thank you very much, everyone, who emailed the show. You can drop us a line if you want to let us know your thoughts, or if you want to put together a detailed timeline of the activities.
Please, I would love to read a detailed timeline of the Phantom's activities, and God knows I'm not doing it myself.
Sort of Bayer tapestry that kind of stretches around the room. You can do so by emailing us at momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. You can also find Mom Can't Cook merch by going to momcan'tcookstore.com. And if you're thinking, I don't want to wait another fortnight for more Mum Can't Cook, well, the great news is you don't have to, because you can join the swelling ranks of Mum Can't Cook Extra Helpings patrons.
That's right. Go to patreon.com/extra helpings to sign up. There's just one tier and you get bonus episodes of Mum Can't Cook, in which Luke and I recap every episode of the Disney Channel original TV series So Weird. It's like X-Files for kids, except less than half the length of an X-Files episode, but it tries to cram in about twice as much story. And Eric Von Detten from Brink is in it.
It's a great time. They're really, really fun. So head on over to sign up.
And one more thing, if you're looking for more spooky stuff this spooky season,
please.
I am writing short horror stories on the internet on my Substack. If you go to uh-oh.substack.com, that's uhoh.substack.com, there is a new short horror story written by me every Sunday. Sign up at uh-oh.substack.com to read that for free.
They're really great. They're really fun. They're really creepy. Do not miss out. Oh, what are we doing next time?
Luke, because as you know, it is October, the spooky month, the spooky season. There is no other answer to your question than Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. How excited are you to get back into the world of Marnie?
God, I can't wait for more great Marnie content. Such a good character who I enjoy all of the things that she says and does. Let's see what Disney Plus describes Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge as. Grandmother Aggie sweeps Marnie and Sophie off to Halloween Town to investigate a series of strange occurrences that seem to have stripped the community of its magic. But why? It isn't long before they discover that an angry warlock has taken Aggie's spellbook with evil intentions to turn every human into whatever costume they're wearing at midnight on Halloween.
What?
Oh, Yeah, there's going to be so many monsters of varying levels of attention to detail. Oh my god, it's going to be so choice.
How choice is it that a fun movie called Halloween Town 2 has a subtitle Calabar's Revenge?
Calabar's Revenge. That's something out of Clive Barker.
Yeah, so choice. It's so good.
Oh my god.
All right, join us for that.
Yes, more Halloween Town.
Andy, while I was finishing the podcast, the 9 other Luke Westerways have made off with your promotion.
Oh, man.
In a hot air balloon. What do you say to that?
Oh, man, I guess, yeah.
Off they go.
Woody Harrelson and Isla Fisher and the other one, the little Franco boy. They've all made off with
your promotion.
With my promotion.
Mr. Niedermeyer's going to notice me for sure.
I guess I'll have to become a phantom.